you're going through a fucking garden hose. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You know, and that's why I veg for at least 2 months. Can you guys chatter? I just gotta kill my lights. Give me like 2 minutes.
Well, we won't survive without it for 2 minutes?
Well, I don't think we will. Can you hear me, Driz?
I can hear you just fine, Caribou.
Okay, just making sure. I've just got the computer fired up, just got it streaming on YouTube. So good evening to everybody that's around. I was just a little late getting in the door and trying to get set up and everything, so I gotta run downstairs, throw a pot of coffee on and all that shit on. Okay, but please make it good and strong. I need a good caffeine kick because I got some goodies here today, Driz. We'll take off this thing. So you see a little better about what it is exactly we're looking at. My computer would cooperate. Done. What's up, Kingfisher? We're just getting the show rolling here. A little bit slow. Anyways, I got this fucking wonderful goodie right here. That's apparently that's 1,000 milligrams. This thing.
I seen that. I like that last little bit of advice they give on the bottom of the pack.
Yeah, it's I don't know if anyone you can be able to see that well enough, but right in the back there it says "Don't be a hero."
It's all part of the plan.
Can I smoke one before I go make coffee?
I'd rather get coffee going. I'll do it here.
No, because I gotta take the coffee pot out of the smoke one.
No, just make coffee with the pot that's already there. Oh. No point making coffee then. That well enough. But right in the back there it says "Don't be a hero." Go ahead. Is that you or is that Prophet?
No, that was me. I turned on the YouTube and finally hit it up live, and boom, of course, what do? I got the dang thing on.
Of course. So right now, Supreme Grape and TO going on. Oh, hey, Spartan, what's up there, brother? So I'm about to get good and fucked up. I'm going to eat this. I might not eat the full 1,000 milligrams, but I'll eat it for at least 2/3 of that thing here to go on. And I got a new dab rig I get to unveil today here. This hard to unwrap presents and talk at the same time. I'm one of those people that's like, I can do really good one or the other, but you start asking me to multitask. But good news. I got good news today, Drew.
Part of the plan.
Now that wasn't me.
Yeah, that's Prophet.
It's all part of the plan.
There. Fucking mute his ass. I can't remember what I was going to say anymore. So yeah, anyways, I got an email today. Seeds Here Now. They're my order that I made there back on 420 from the Blueberry Butchers. JTRs and some Scarlet Begonias are shipped out today. So that's exciting as hell because they should be here next week. Not that I'll be able to grow them next week or anything, but we have a line. I might have a line on a place to live where I can actually run a couple tents. So I'm pretty freaking excited about that. So, yeah, to be able to go and run those would be fucking amazing.
Yeah, those seem to be sounding good, dude. You didn't get the Blueberry Butcher yet?
Well, I'm waiting on it. That's the order that was just sent today that I was talking about.
Oh, okay. So you didn't mention that one is coming out, and I'm like, oh, I thought they only shipped part of it or something, and I'm like, oh, damn.
Yeah, no, it said Blueberry Butchers, Jack the Rippers, Scarlet Begonias. It's
cool.
Or at least I meant to. I talk like an idiot quite often, so there's a very good chance that I fucking mush mouthed on that one or something.
Nah, I don't know. It could be. Maybe I just misheard it because I was filling a bowl for the wife, so I got to go take it to her. Profit's back
good. It's
now, so
it's Friday night. We've all had a long, hard week, and it's time to get down to brass taxes and fun and all that shit.
Was Spartan on here? I thought I heard you say him.
Yeah, I saw him in chat there. Say hello.
Oh, he's in chat. Yeah, I got to jump in there right now. Just see
I'm gonna
who's
get a
there.
dab going on here, and then I'm gonna start pounding away on this fucking edible that I got.
Oh, you're gonna do a dab?
Yeah, I got to do a dab because, well, fuck, I was just in a different town shopping. We picked my daughter up from school, and it's like, you know what? Let's do something cool. It's like go and take her to McDonald's, which is in the next town over. I fucking hate McDonald's, but you know, it's something cool to do with the kid after school. So we get them go and end up spending way more time there than I thought, and end up getting home like just as it's time to fire up the show.
Right. Good timing.
Fuck yeah. Let's get Spartan on here. Spartan says he wants to jump on.
I don't know. That would make me feel as though our security was absolutely lax and we let anybody into the show. All right. Actually, this is Sparta.
Dude, I
So let
will
him
make
in.
room for Spartan, man.
Listen, I love Spartan, all right?
If that's the case, too many people.
This is Sparta. Let him in. I don't want to get kicked down a hole.
All right.
Hey, baby, come here.
Oh, here comes Hype. And there comes Spartan Grown, the man himself. Well, fuck, it was looking like it was just going to be the couple of us there for a bit, but now we're actually getting a bit of a stacked fucking cast on here. So it should be too bad. Spartan, what's going on, brother? It's been a
Not
while.
a whole lot. What's going on, guys? Yeah, my other show canceled on me, so I'm totally open for the night.
Fuck,
Super
sounds
cool.
good, man. I was just thinking to myself, for like when you said you could jump on, I was like, isn't he actually doing a show right now?
Yeah, I went to log in and they're like, nah, we're not doing one today. I was like, sweet, I've got something else to do.
Fuck, we'll take you.
I appreciate it. I am already high as fuck on croissants of all things, man.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I'm about to get there. I haven't smoked in a bit because on the way back, we're hell bent for leather to get back in time for the show. And I can't fucking stop and smoke because we're here in a hurry. Can't smoke in the car because there's kids in the back seat. And it's just like, okay, let's get fucked up now. Crow Guy, welcome. It's been a minute since we've seen you. Welcome back.
What's happening, guys? What's happening?
Well, you know, just about to get good enough up.
I just going to join for a couple of minutes, seen the show pop out on my phone. Haven't been on in weeks, but I'm actually on vacation downtown Denver, Colorado right now.
Nice. See, I told you, once we let Spartan in, people are just going to fucking pour in, man, because they're going to think we have no actual security in this room. What's up, Grow Guy, man? Good to see you.
That's how you grow your audience, man. You got to accept people.
Yeah. Spartan, what's up? Always glad to see you.
Good to see you too, man.
So what's up? What do I got to do, to get some of that Spartan grown?
You got to come up here and I'll fucking give you something. What do you want?
And Spartan, let this be a standing invitation. Anytime they bail on you, come to us, man.
I actually just got a care package from the hypothetical gardener, man. I just got a bunch of his genetics, so it'll be fun to run through those. My plan this summer is to do just autos outdoor, see if I can get away with it in my little neighborhood here. And I'm going to just do 2 every month. Just pop 2 more every month and stick them out there. And then eventually I'll be pulling down 2 every month. And just stop throwing them out there in about August. That'll give me till about October.
Well, I'll tell you, I popped the hashing gut and I popped the resinato. And the hashing gut was the first one out of the dirt.
I just set your Canico up to pop, so I'll be putting that outside along with one of my fucking clones because I got no room for it in my bedroom. So I'm like, you know what? Fuck it, it's going outside. I don't care.
Yep, I think I got all of those, man. I got that hashing got the Canica, like you just said. Then I got a couple CBD ones, which are cool. CBDs and CBD method.
And 1-in-1s you should have got. I imagine.
Swap, Berry, D.
Yeah, those are all 1-to-1.
Okay, and then Resinato. Oh, there's hypothetical gardener. Thanks, man. Appreciate you, man. I got them today. Or they might have got there before, but I checked the box today and I got them.
Yeah, I'm not sure when they're supposed to arrive. I think today. I've got a good few people saying that they arrived today and yesterday. So
yeah,
mine came
awesome,
quick.
Man.
Mine came real quick.
How's that one for?
Hey, when it's local.
So apparently there's 1,000 milligrams in that thing, and they also sell a package with the 2,000 milligram gummy. And I'm thinking, good fucking God.
What is that? A green Reese's peanut butter cup?
It's about that size, yeah, with a wheelchair on it. So
a wheelchair.
It should be pretty good. I figure I did.
It's a wagon wheel.
No, remember that thing you posted in the chat? That blue package?
Yeah, man. Well,
yeah.
So I figure I did 350 milligrams before the show last Friday and got through that pretty fine and handy. So I got to at least double that this time. So
that's a gummy fucking hockey puck, dude. You're just fucking eating a straight up hockey puck.
That's totally Canadian. That's how they sell them. They sell them in Canada pre-bagged as hockey pucks.
Dude, that package said to cut that thing up into 10 pieces. Don't be a hero.
Does it got a maple leaf in that fuck on one side, dude?
Maple leaf one side, wheelchair on the other. It's just like flipping a coin, find out what's going to happen.
Actually, no, Spartan. One's got a maple leaf. The other side's got an opium leaf, an opium flower on it. Because, you know, that's their flower, ain't it?
I don't know. What's your guys' flower?
It's the opium flower. They put them all over the place. Oh wait, wrong country. Sorry, I think BC, and then I hear British Columbia and fucking Britain and all this shit. My bad. Actually, ain't it? Is it Canada or is it Britain? Help me out here, Caribou. Now I'm confused.
I don't know about a national flower. We got the sugar maple is the maple leaf you see on our flag.
And all right, then it's Britain.
Province has its own flower. Like here in BC, it's the Pacific dogwood. In Alberta, it's fucking yellow, whatever it is.
I bet if I check the chat, somebody's probably reaming my ass right now, telling me exactly which one it is.
Well, probably.
Yeah.
I probably ate around 350 milligrams of edibles in those croissants of butter. This is my best guess. My face feels numb, so it's probably more than that, but I want to do about the same amount in RSO. We'll see if I melt by the end of the show.
We'll see if he rides off the chair first, Brad or Spartan. And,
I need to start catching up.
It's starting to sound like it. So I got a new dab rig today, too. That was pretty exciting.
Did you boof it? That's the only way you can break it in.
Well, Prophet Hurtin Albertan says Alberta has the rose and thistle, but he didn't say anything about any of the other ones.
It's England I'm thinking of then. Sorry, didn't mean to confuse Canada with England, but like I said, when I hear BC, I think of British, Columbia, and then fucking I start moving my brain that way. My bad. I apologize.
I think they're still tied together somehow. So
I could have swore I just heard him say BC, British clones.
It's a late night session, man. I've been burning my brain all day on like nothing. And that's rough. Ooh, I think it's really nice, Caribou.
Talk so I can see it, Caribou.
Irie. I don't know, pretty fast. I haven't tried it out yet, so we'll give her a go. I find like my little guy here, it's just a little bit too small. And you're like, if you have more than about a teaspoon of water in there, you seem to get splashed back into your mouth, which I don't really care for. So I was hoping a little bit taller body and stock out of that, and hopefully it'll stop coming in my mouth on me because I don't like
Ask your girl how to deal with something that's short.
Get you a bong rubber, bro. That shit won't happen. It'll just get hit. It'll hit your fucking filter, but it won't hit you. Save your fucking ass.
I'll have to check into the where does the guy look into those? Because I've seen you talk about them a few times now.
I get them just at the local fucking tobacco shop, but you can get them online too from their website. Moose Labs is the company, and they're called Mouthpiece. And you just buy the silicone piece one time, and then the little pieces of the little filters pop right out, and you can just buy rolls of them. They come out to like less than $1 a piece, $1 filter.
Yeah, it doesn't sound too bad at all.
But I mean, this one's got to be changed pretty soon. It's already getting dirty. I've only used it. They fill up pretty quick. I probably go through one a night or more if I have a heavy smoking night.
Well, it wouldn't surprise me. I think most of the people around here. pretty heavy smokers, not like your average person starting out where it's like you buy an eighth of weed and it lasts you like the entire week and maybe into the next one after.
I remember those days.
So do I. It's actually when I started smoking weed again after taking like a 14-year hiatus, my wife at the time was one of those. She had a bag of weed that I'm guessing she had bought like an eighth or a quarter back in like October, November, and this was like July when I started smoking weed again. And I'm pretty sure it was the same bag. So like that's yeah.
Well, it's never quite that bad, but I remember when an eighth used to last me a week.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, Prophet shaking his head no, because we know Prophet.
Dude, I hung out with like 5 of my best friends and we chipped together. So like an eighth lasting 5 teenage boys a week was funny. And that was before we really even knew what an eighth was, and we were getting charged fucking out the ass, you know, because we were fresh from middle school to high school. So, you know, yeah, it wouldn't last it that long. No. It wasn't until later on that, like, I knew what an eighth was and, you know, the prices of them. Shit like, it wasn't until I got to the back to the city, to be honest with you, that I actually learned the true prices of how things are supposed to work, as opposed to living in the country for the year and, you know, getting the shaft once in a while because there's barely anything out there. Unless it was harvest season. If you lucked out and it was harvest season, believe it or not, the deals were fucking killer.
Yeah, because everybody's grown out in the country, man.
Yeah. Yep. But if it was anything other time, you either paid, you know, typical brickweed prices, $100 an ounce, or if you could get lucky and come across, I think we had this discussion earlier in the other thing about kind bud. Somebody was mentioning it. Oh no, I'm sorry, that was my friend that was talking to me. He's like, yeah, man, people get excited about kind bud. I'm like, that's pretty much the beasters, man. You know, the British Columbians, fucking, that's what we called them down here. They were known as beasters. And they were real dense, little small nugs. And that's what we started off as with, known as kind bud. And that shit was $400 an ounce. Like when it first came out, $20 a gram every fucking time. And then you had the haze, which came out at the same time. And then you had everybody being like, I got hydro. And for some reason, they felt as though that should be worth more. You know, like, oh, it's hydro. And I'm like, okay.
Well,
It looks like weed to me, man. You
It
know?
was generally considered to be like indoor over outdoor kind of a thing.
Yeah. But this was back when, like, I had a discussion with another friend. He's like, can you believe a friend of mine called my weed homegrown? I'm like, it is. It is. He goes, dude, that's an insult. I'm like, where'd you grow it? He's like, in my house. I'm like, like we are growing homegrown. It's not a bad word anymore. It's actually kind of embraced more than anything else. You know, I was like, dude, it's not an insult. Well, he tried to, obviously they were using it as an insult term and he was insulted by it. And I'm like, dude, you grow homegrown. How are you insulted by a fact?
Yeah, the only thing I can see there'd be inferior to a consumer is it's probably not tested, but fuck, it's probably way the fuck better.
Yeah, there was no question in its quality and everything else. Like I mentioned before, he's the guy that had like the 40 fucking arrow system for the plants, and he'd get like 2 ounces per plant, and he'd only be fucking this tall, and he'd piss me off because I'm growing 12 and I'm not getting fucking 40 ounces, you know, and mine are fucking bigger and I'm putting more energy into it, but I wanted to stay to my numbers, you know. If you keep your numbers at 12 where you're allowed, as opposed to fucking 40 because he didn't give a fuck and decided just to run with it in the legal state, obviously you're going to be pulling more than me. You got fucking 40 plants. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Plus you had more light.
He put under the federal legal limit.
Yeah. No, he been on the ground since fucking day one, man. And I always said, you're fucking nuts, dude. Like, I'm happy with the couple of plants that I rock, but like I consider that a spit in the face. You know what I'm saying? Of like,
I want to say it was. I could be wrong, but I want to say it was like 99 plants was what 99 or under, and you wouldn't get too bad of a fucking sentence. I think that was that's the unspoken fucking plant count.
in like say upstate, in an illegal state.
I'm saying in Michigan. I don't know where I don't know.
No, illegal. They would have fucking. It would be a federal fucking case. This is back like fucking 7 years ago, you know, where like only a few places were starting to become medically legal, not even yet recreational, you know.
Yeah.
So when I got my cannabis card, he was like, "Let me bring my system down," and I'm like, "Let's see, I'm allowed 12. You want me to do 40? The math don't add up. I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying?" They let me doing this without having my balls, my nut busted, and you want me to throw like 3 times more than I'm allowed? No.
I wonder if you could still use the same system and just fill it with what you could, like the 12.
Oh, you totally could, but it
plants,
takes up so much space that it's like you might as well just fucking drop it
I
down
mean,
to like a smaller system.
Veg them down, you know, train them.
Oh, I see
they're
what you're
flat.
saying. That's what I do. So basically, like me turning 3 plants to take up the surface area of what I need, as opposed to a bunch of little plants. You know,
Yeah.
that's how I cheat the system. To be honest with you, I just learned to grow bigger plants and to top them and get a nice canopy because that's all I care about. I don't need the scrog to get the canopy for the most part. I can get a nice even canopy out of my 3 plants to take up my surface area, and I only have 3 plants that fucking flower, but I'm still yielding what I want, pound or a little bit over. I will admit my last round was only a plant and a half because I had some issues and I gave 1 plant away. So like, obviously I was under my fucking numbers, but I expected that. But on the average, I'm a pound or more for 3 plants under 1,000-watt light, which people say they could do better or whatever. But I'll tell you what, I'm happy. I'm happy, and it don't cost me that much. You know what I'm saying?
Whatever works for you.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. I want the whole thing to come off.
Hold on a second.
And I like that strategy. Who gives a fuck how many fucking pots you have or how big your plants are? Just fill the space. If that you can do that with 10 plants, or if it takes you only 3 plants to fill it, whatever. Just fill that space. I don't care how many plants you have, but fill the canopy. And that's what it seems like I say that over and over again with a lot of people when they ask advice. And they're like, just fill the canopy. For most people, it's easier to do it with more plants, but when you have plant counts, it's kind of hard to do. So
Yeah.
You got to get smaller.
You got the whole inversion of light law, you know, that you got to follow because you can't put plants outside the light area. Otherwise, that's fucking pointless. You know, there's a lot of science behind the whole fucking aspect of actually setting up how many plants you got to do, what size pots, and how high you going to grow them. Like, once you got to nail all that down, all those parameters down.
And then every time you move it a fucking half inch, you got to check everything because everything just changed probably.
I mentioned it before. You could tell I got lazy on my topping near the end because I'll have a couple of taller little stalks here and there, and they'll fucking drive me a little crazy because I'm like, oh, you could have did better, dude. That was that week you decided to sit on your ass, and you knew you should have went down there and just topped that one taller one, but you didn't. But I mean, you know, you could tell by like the way I top whether or not I was getting lazy near the end and just being like, come on, get done. I want to move this shit. You know, like you get real antsy for the next move. You know, because you know you gotta cut, trim, dry, transplant, fucking, and then switch over. Well, I do. It's not a matter of just, you know, some people I had before where I would even move the plants. It'd be vegging in one room and flowering in one room, and then when that was done, that became a veg room, that became a flower room. It was just a matter of me switching times, which was a beautiful setup. You know,
I like that.
fucking A. But now I gotta move from one room to another and whatnot. But yep.
Yeah, that's me too. I got a veg space and then a flower space. I got 2 lights right now in the flower room. I did have 3 lights at one point, but I had to go down a little bit.
I got the 8-inch 1,000 watt Raptor, but I was given. I'm obtaining once I take them down from my friend's house and put up his new lights, which I got the what is it the CMHs? Is that it? Is that a bulb? Like, is that the one?
315 usually.
Yeah, he got a few of those new ones. So he wants to bring down his dual Raptors, and he's got 3 of those, and he's like, "You can have them." And I'm like, "Oh joy! I've been playing with a 1,000 watt Raptor, and now you want to give me 3 2,000 watt Raptors." I don't have that kind of room, but I could always put the 2,000 in. But I got to make sure I master my game to where I want to pay for the extra 1,000 watt fucking light to run in electricity before I even contemplate plugging it in. But hey, I'll put it up or I'll keep it. But I got 2 other ones that I'm basically going to be donating to people around because it costs money to fucking ship those things and wait. Hell, I'd even cheat and take the lens off. I actually did that to mine. I took the freaking lens right off of it because of the lumen restriction.
Yeah, I'd put them all up on Craigslist, take the money and buy a good LED light. Say fuck changing bulbs.
They were given to me, so I feel as though I kind of got to give them out, but they have to go to the right person. Like, you can't just hand a new grower a 2,000 watt fucking HPS.
Yeah.
Like, you can't do that. They have to go. It's like a pit bull. I got to give it to the right person that knows what the fuck they're doing, you know? Like, otherwise, they're going to burn their house down or they're going to destroy it.
The thought of it just makes me laugh when I think of myself when I first started growing, because I literally did not know fuck all. So I was walking through like our drugstore or whatever and see these little T5 36-inch T5 strips that say grow light on them. I don't know fuck all. Yeah, it's a grow light, right? It says grow light on it, right? So I take that home and I try and put that over my purple Kush and sour diesel sprouts and what? Yeah, it'll grow a pot. Slowly, very, very slowly. I just think of like how I had it like, 2-3 inches above those sprouts for the longest time. And then I started adding like CFLs and shit to throw more light because it obviously wasn't working. I think if I would have been given a 2,000 watt light right off the fucking get-go, it would have like been the complete opposite. It just would have like been scorched earth type shit.
Right. Yeah.
Dude, my luck, I'd give that light away and the dude would have a 2x4 fucking grow tent and stick it in there. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Put some autos in there.
I need to see the room. I'm sorry. I need to see the room that you're trying to stick this dual sun machine inside of, please. I need to make sure that you will not burn your fucking house down. Oh, and may I look at your electric box? So make sure you have a dedicated line. That's really where I'm at. Like, I don't want that responsibility over my head because somebody got overzealous, So it's like, if you don't have a dedicated line, I'm not even handing you these fucking lights.
Yeah, we're slowly upgrading that work from HPS. Well, right now we're just adding LED down the middle, and then we'll be replacing the HPS with LED. But man, every time I have to go up on those fucking ladders and replace the lights, I'm like, why are we still fucking with HPS?
What kind of LEDs are you guys running?
The LEDs we're putting up are these bars, but they're high bay like lighting from Fluence, and I'm trying to remember what the fuck they're called. I don't know what the hell they're called. They're like giant rectangles that hang way the hell up there, like way the fuck up.
Right. Ooh, that's a sweet bud caribou.
When I look up in there, they just look like fucking lightsabers up in the fucking top of the canopy. Pretty fucking cool.
There was a little Mendo breath I was trying to show off, but I had myself on mute, so I couldn't.
It's all right. I thought it was nice. That was a big chunky bud.
Well, the girlfriend, she's found herself an online dispensary that'll sell you shit like 1,000 or 2,000 milligram edibles when you're only supposed to get like 10, and then all sorts of other concentrates at decent prices. Like, would we get 3 grams of live resin? Would we get for flavors, if you can remember off the top of your head?
Well, I have a list,
Okay,
actually.
we'll read it out because they'll want to hear it.
I have the lemon meringue because that was delicious.
Lemon meringue.
LSD.
LSD. That shit was badass. We hit that as soon as we got it, pretty much.
That was one of my first grows,
Yeah.
dude. This shit's fire.
And she got a gram of pre-98 Bubba live resin, so I'm like super stoked to try that. That'll probably be fucking super badass.
Well, it's sitting right there waiting for you.
Oh, do you hear that? She's like, oh, it's sitting there waiting for you. That sounds like Dab Frog. Where the hell is Sam with the Dab Frog?
Yeah, I know, man. That's all right. Y'all
Yeah,
didn't
what-
want the cowbell, so you got the
Oh,
dab.
actually,
frog and no
we have a
Sam.
cowbell. We got a cowbell in the mail today.
Okay.
Wait, if I hit my head hard enough, this will ring. I swear to God.
I had my I only popped one seed of it, but I had damn my orangegasm. I popped an orangegasm seed. It sprouted today, so I actually had it see it pop up out of the root riot cube. So I'm thrilled about
Awesome.
that. It's
Sweet.
feminized, so it should be female. So
Dude,
Yeah.
I just found out that Roasted Jeff makes a strain called The Prophet,
yeah.
and I'm like obsessed now trying to obtain some.
What's
So
did you see what the cross was? Is it a
no, it was just that like the name had me, so I'm gonna check out the cross. I don't even give a fuck, but I feel as though I have to at least give it an attempt.
Do you did you ever follow? It's a little bit older, but the Ocean Grown crew, like Vader and all them.
Back with the fucking Google Plus.
Yeah, it was like Vader, PH Nerd, Ninja.
I think I vaguely remember them, but I was
Okay, she
all
found a
over the
cowbell.
place.
There's a cowbell.
Nice.
We were spouting off about cowbells the other day, and she heard us because she was sitting right beside me. And so, until
You need-
Sam gets back, I suppose we make do with the Dab cowbell.
You need a drumstick to be able to whack that thing, though, to make the right pitch. Or some kind of stick or something. Like, that's the whole point. It's not ringing the bell, it's fucking whacking the bell.
Yeah.
I have a feeling she's about to produce a drumstick. She just kind
She's
of.
gonna pull something out of your ass.
Hey, hurry up and ring that bell. I need a hit. I ain't smoked in 4 hours.
Oh, no. Alright, that'll work for now.
DP in the house.
What's up, guys? I guess I'm not playing with ropes tonight. So, oh shit, we got Spartan growing. What's up, man? I didn't even see
Yeah.
that.
What's up, man?
How are you?
Good to see you, dude. I'm doing pretty good. I'm faded as fuck.
Are you? That's decent. I ate a couple of gummies when I was at work because it got really busy and I wanted to throw a pan at somebody. Calm me down enough.
I'm about 600 milligrams in, so.
Okay, so the Prophet is Progidium and Arise.
Oh, it isn't a Rise Cross. Cool. Rise is sativa, so it's probably a sativa leaner.
Says the Prophet makes rock hard nuggets that smell like greasy oranges and industrial hand cleaner. The Prophet is easy to grow and takes heavy feedings. She makes giant plants and huge harvests. The potency is intense. 30% plus THCA. Flowering time 56 to 63 days.
That's it?
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta figure out a way to get these. I might have to take a couple of my mom's shifts on the corner to acquire the money, but I will acquire these fucking seeds, I swear to God.
Dude, just like if you need tips on how to fillet a dick or something like that, she could probably hook you up too, eh?
I heard he's gonna take Prophet a couple extra shifts from the way he works. I don't know.
Yeah, hey, I'll tell you what, I'll take a load in the mouth for a couple of seeds. All right.
Do it for that.
I've done it just for fun, so you know, if I'm getting something out of it, that's a plus.
Like George Carlin on Jay and Silent Bob for
Yes.
gets me a couple hundred miles.
I'll take a shot.
If it gets me some seeds that are named after me, I'll take a shot.
It's the unwritten book of the road, man.
Thank God not everybody follows that book.
Right, when you're trying to be nice and you pick up the old lady because she's carrying her groceries and shit.
Fuck, I remember when that movie came out, I was like your typical no ambition kid, had no driver's license, walked or hitchhiked everywhere I went, and I'm just like, fuck that shit.
They do not have them at Chi-Town.
Well, I would check Seeds Here Now. Rusty Jeff sells a lot of his gear right there on Seeds Here Now. James Bean says.
Yeah. Seeds here now.
I would fucking, to be honest with you, if you have Instagram, I would just DM Rasta Jeff. He would get back to you. He'd just tell you what he's got.
Yeah.
I don't know him like
Seeing
that.
if they had him anywhere.
Or Cannabuzz. He's on Cannabuzz a lot too. Just message him there. I don't really use Cannabuzz. Well, I don't even have it on my phone right now. It's always just super slow for me every time I try to use it.
Do you have an Android phone?
Yep.
Yep.
No, a Pixel, Google Pixel.
Yeah, it happens with Android phones. It's really slow with Android phones for some reason, but I have an Apple phone. It works really well with an Apple phone. They do have them at Seeds Here now, but they are out of stock, Prophet.
Of course they are. I'm not surprised.
Or that description, fuck. I don't know why anybody wouldn't want to buy them.
I can't believe I never heard of them before this. I feel a little like I had my head up my ass for a while.
Well, you know, I would think between like everybody on the panel and people we do, if we put the word out, we should be able to get a pack of those in here.
Shit, I only need like.
What are you looking for? What are you looking for?
The
they
Prophet.
Have them at Golden Ticket Seeds.
What are they running?
Golden Ticket Seed Bank. They have them. They said there's 3 left in stock.
3 actual individual seeds.
No, 3 packs.
How many are in a pack? 5 or 10?
10. He
How
doesn't
much?
make 5 packs.
I don't fucking
His
know.
video
I've only heard of
said-
Rod suggest through you guys, man. Like, I've occasionally caught him once or twice, but other than that, I don't know.
These are regular seeds, so it's going to be a pack of 10.
Well, I could pick the females out. That's pretty easy.
Well, you're going to get a pack of 10, and it could be
How much? So what's the price?
$60.
$60. Even if I ended up with one female, I'm pretty resilient. I can keep that thing around for like ever. But all right, well, we'll see what happens. I'll have to start searching that out. I'll talk to you about it.
So how many jobs are going to take you to get that $60, man?
Fuck, $5 a blow job. If I spit, it's 5. If I swallow, it's like 7.
Man, Mom's going to have to work overtime for this. You better clear this with her, Prophet.
No, it's me. I'm gonna have to take her shifts.
If you
On the
cut the
corner.
balls and you toss them like those Chinese meditation balls, that's probably an extra $1 or $2 you could get for per BJ there too.
Right. You know, I try to stay away from the balls. I don't want to have like a flashback or a moment of hatred where I'm like, this motherfucker has a set of balls and I rip them
not
off
about you,
because I'm
Prophet.
jealous.
It's about getting you the seeds that you want.
It's not about me. It's about me getting the seeds. I got you. Okay.
You're gonna get seeds either way.
Don't worry. I'm seeding the planet. Cut.
So you germinate them.
Spitting out everywhere down the block.
So I was using this little ass saucepan making my gummies today, and that thing boiled over so fucking quick.
You didn't add any water, did you? Or did you? No. How much?
That's mom. It's all right, but it just didn't.
How much material did you add, and how much oil? Because you told me what you bought a 1 quart fucking crock pot.
The crock pot. I don't know. It's standard size crock pot.
Oh, it's a huge crock pot. So like 10 quart, 8.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay, so you never added water to it, knowing. So the material was never fully submerged.
Oh no, in the crock
ever.
pot. Yeah, I thought you were talking about when I was making my gummies.
No, I thought you. Wait. All right, I think I lost track. Rewind. You said I
was
made.
making gummies today, and it
Yep.
boiled up.
Okay, so you weren't using. All right, I thought you were making coconut oil. My bad.
Nope.
Boiled over. Yeah, that's a bitch, man.
Yeah.
How'd they come out? A little hard, a little firmer.
But yeah, because then I tried to adjust in the middle of it.
Oh.
Right, but
Add more juice when in doubt, and then a little more honey. Don't ever add more gelatin.
I forgot the honey again too. It was sitting right there, just like last time.
Just like last time.
The last ones were great though. I just finished them off at work.
Hey, Prophet, there's a suggestion for you in chat from Blue Kiss Gardens. She says if you try some backdoor action, if you're a virgin, there could be a bid war. Maybe you can get all that money in one.
Hey, that's a good call, actually. I'm gonna have to work my way up. I mean, do they? All right. So here's a question: if I was to throw that up there, would the individual appreciate it more if I could take it without less resistance, or should I work my way, or do they want me to cry?
It'd
Like,
probably
do
be like a tightness factor. Would probably
they want me to cry and all this?
They don't care about you. They care how it feels with them. I would imagine.
All right.
You're internalizing this, and it should have nothing really to do with you.
All right, so
you're just an object to them.
You know what? I'm just gonna stick a coconut capsule up my ass, a coconut oil capsule up my ass, and hope that dissolves. By the time he breaks it, there'll at least be some lubrication in case the dude's an ass.
Self-lubricating. That's badass, dude.
I think lubrication is a courtesy, but I mean, I obviously doubt I'll get that courtesy if they're buying my anal virginity. But here's the funny part. They're not virgin.
Take it.
Booth life, bitch. They'd be like, wow, you fit. What the fuck? You're a virgin? Yeah, I've never had a dick up my ass before, but you didn't say about anything else.
You didn't say dick-shaped objects.
Oh, no, I start off with this just to add the girth, and then,
Jesus Christ, start with that?
Move on to this, I gotta have something else that doesn't shape.
I don't recommend glass, man. That just sounds dangerous.
I bet his girlfriend and his wife are in the background. They just got a whole lineup of things waiting for him now. They're like, oh yeah, we're gonna have fun.
It's like Santa's sack, but in reverse, just fucking stuffing shit in there.
No, sorry. It's not an all around, it's not a circle jerk if you think about it.
Well, there you go. You can get your seed money just by doing an OnlyFans, and you can just do all that shit. And then
I was just about to say that.
Man.
Did he say an OnlyFans?
Yeah.
Yeah, no. No, I respect myself way too much for that.
I didn't know it was story time tonight.
Somebody else, please jump in, all right, before I get any more ream. I'll come back in for an ass chewing, but somebody else start rambling, please.
No, man.
Hey, if you're into that shit, you get some money quick too. I'm sure.
You're doing just fine, Prophet. Keep on going.
Be rich by the end of the night.
Perfect, Prophet. Keep it up.
All right, good thing I got another one of these afterwards.
What is it? That looks like a cute drink, bro.
That's it. Hey, I don't give a fuck. A mojito is not a gay drink. No, it's a pink lemonade kamikaze. And the reason it's called a kamikaze, keep in mind, it's not a bitch fucking name, all right? There's a reason behind that. But that's all I drink is kamikazes and freaking Coronas. I don't drink them every night, only on late night shows. Other than that, no. You guys have turned me into dabbing alcoholics.
Well, welcome to the Caribou first.
It's a lot of fun.
Gotta do something, man. Otherwise, you guys just sit there in silence, and then everybody's staring at me. I feel like, and I'm like, all right.
Tell you what, man, that 398 Bubba live resin is pretty bad.
Mom's solo cup.
You say a pre-98 Bubba?
Yeah, the girlfriend ordered some
my ears
398
perked
Bubba
up.
live resin, and I just did a dab of that in the new rig there, and fuck me, that's
Was that high in CBD at all?
Does it say the content on it?
It can't be. No way. Pre-98 Bubba.
I wouldn't imagine it is.
The pre-98 that was in our dispensary.
All the Bubbas I thought fucking were definitely THC.
Yeah, I'm not
Like,
even seeing
CBD would probably be at like
all.
0.241 or some shit, maybe 1.45.
Now, where the fuck did you get 0.241?
Have you ever seen like
Same
the
place you got
ratios?
1.4.
0.3.
Hey, listen, we didn't give a fuck about CBDs back in '98. We didn't even know what the fuck they were. All right, so they didn't matter.
Well, I can't tell you what percentage of CBD it has, but I can tell you it's 100% delicious. The terps in that.
Fuck yeah.
Dude, when I don't know if I did the pre-98, but I did the Bubba Kush. I'm pretty sure I got it from Barney's, maybe, but I go through Attitude, but they go through other companies, obviously. But it was fucking killer. And, you know, I miss that. That was a good strain. You know, those old strains that you wish you could bring back, you know, and redo after 5 years of growing. It's like they came out good when you did them, maybe because they were just yours, but to be able to try to redo them again to see what you could actually do with them now that you know what you're doing, or a little more than what you did before, like. I wish I could do that. Like, I've done that obviously with the coffee and the Grimdica, but there's other strains, you know. I wish I could have did that with.
Guys, everybody in chat, let's hit the like button. You guys are like leaving us cold. 41 people watching and 12 likes. Ouch. Come on, guys.
I just liked it.
I'm gonna be honest. I still have not hit the like button. So I mean, sometimes people get sidetracked with stoners. You know, I'd like to think eventually on their way out they do. After you hit like close live chat, that's when I hit it, and then I go on.
Rafa, go push that like button. Be the first one to get it started.
All right,
Come on,
listen,
buddy.
everybody fucking hit the like button. All right.
There we go, brother. There we go.
Prophet.
Just like Drit said, everybody hit the fucking like button.
41 viewers on a Friday night for us. That's actually pretty
We
huge.
jumped up
A lot of
from
the times we don't
12
even
to
get that on a
22.
Tuesday or a Sunday, which is usually our better days. So that's awesome. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. We'll blame Spartan for that. Nobody tuned in for us.
Yeah.
It's
Hey,
Who the fuck's here right now? Or I'll stick my dog on your balls because I need a pair.
Hey, Spartan, still adoptable, dude. I'm just throwing it out. Still adoptable. It's gonna work one of these days.
I can't afford any more kids, man. Holy shit.
Yeah, dude, I'm like 2 kids. Super expensive. Hell yeah.
Fucking,
my nephew.
Oh, hello. Gandalf. What's up, Gandalf?
What's up?
What's up, man?
Tell me something. Man, work was weak.
You guys are talking about pre-98 Bubba, but somebody in chat, John, was asking, has anybody on the panel grown platinum Bubba? And if they have, what were the characteristics like? I haven't grown that platinum Bubba. I haven't seen it.
I don't think I've even heard of that. I've heard of Death Bubba. That's getting pretty popular in the dispensaries around here for the last year or two.
Death Bubba?
Yeah, it's
Death
not
Star?
that good, at least what I've tried.
I've heard of Platinum Bubba, but I've never seen it.
How's everybody gardens doing?
We had Platinum Tuna. That was in the area for a while back too, or if I recall, but I can't remember if that was any good or not.
I see a lot of things with platinum cross to it that seem to always be super frosty. So that seems to be something that translates with the platinum. It just seems to be really frosty.
Actually, I just recall now that we're talking about it. My buddy Myrtle Man gave me some platinum silk seeds from In-House Genetics, and I think I gave most of those away and sprouted one, and that was some pretty good stuff. And I forget my reasoning for not cloning that, or maybe I did and the clones didn't work out, because we did this big run of clones over the summer. And the only thing I can think of for so many of them dying was like it had to have been too hot or something like that, and they were just getting stem rot or something like that. Because it was during the hottest part of the summer when we cut them. Because we ended up cutting like a couple hundred clones and ended up with less than 100 that made it through by the time we were done. but also being around working all the time, not really being all that attentive to them, and that probably had a bit to do with it as well. Yeah, it would have been nice to have kept that one around for a bit, because everything else I've tried from in-house is pretty killer. The meathead that I've had that a few people have been growing and loving the cross of, that was another in-house.
Yeah, the meathead cross I got from you is doing really outstanding. Beautiful. It's a pretty early finisher too. Just finishing up early with the Slurricane.
Another guy I have at work, the owner actually, he knows a local guy here who's got some kind of relationship with in-house because he breeds with in-house gear. His name is Sticky Drip on Instagram, and he sent like a whole pack of seeds with a bunch of Slurricane crosses to me, and I ended up handing him a bunch of them out just because there's no way I can grow all these seeds. He handed me like 15 packs. It's like, what the fuck? So I handed them all out, and I, with the stipulation, I'm like, here, grow this pack, and whatever your keeper is, bring me back a clone. That way I don't have to pheno hunt, and I still get a shot at least whatever comes out of it. But everything I've seen so far that comes out of it is fucking nice, man. But it seems like Slurricane is very dominant in crosses. It's like almost
All
everything.
super short, super sticky. They're getting just like, it's rock hard, just beautiful. I'm getting a good fade on one of them. One's finishing super early, and the fade's coming in nice now, and I'm excited. That one's gonna be nice, I think.
Does it have much purple to it?
It just started fading, yeah. This one did, or one of them did, yeah.
Because I noticed the cut I had of Slurricane is like, you really like to go purple in flowers, especially if you drop the temperature a little bit. Because then it would really go dark on you. I remember we were trimming, and like our like the finger hash was purple. It was great.
Oh yeah.
I've got some Slurricane F2s that I won from MGT something or other on Cannabis, and I haven't grown them yet, but I got like 10 seeds, Slurricane F2s. I'm going to enjoy those.
Yeah, man, I bet they'll be pretty badass. Like, yeah.
Shit, I wasn't muted that whole time. Did I say anything stupid?
Well, yeah, we're just sitting here kind of going, what the fuck, man? Like,
now you're worried about saying something stupid?
Was I talking, or you just hearing background noise?
I didn't hear much of anything, to tell you the truth.
Okay, cool. Sorry. Oh, I was actually going to say, I'm trying to follow everybody in chat and say what's up, but I'm fucking slow right now. So, hello, everybody in chat, if I have not said hello to you, because there are a lot of you running your mouths. Not about me, just in general. You're chattering. Guess that's what chat's for.
Well, let's flip the program on that, and everybody talks shit about profit in chat now.
I already said that. I gave them permission. I said if I missed you, then feel free to call me an asshole, because I'm trying, I swear.
Looks like Dave in chat said he's found a 5-pack of profit he's got.
Ooh.
There you go. You put it out there, and look at it. That was quick.
All right, wait. Does he want my anal virginity, or
it's
like?
Dave, of course he does.
Shit. Is this a virtual fucking, or is we meeting up? Like, he better buy me fucking dinner, man.
Like,
get me drunk.
Dinner after? I don't think you'd be wanting to sit down after, so maybe before.
Dave's not here hooking up the profit.
Oh, man. Beautiful life.
But Dave is going to be there, Prophet.
That's okay. Hey, I really am a power top, so feel privileged, all right, buddy?
He's going to say, Dave's in there.
Dave's in there.
He says no dinner, just seeds.
No dinner, just seeds, huh? I'll take it. Fuck it. Better than I got from my mom. That's about all I got from my dad.
Just seeds? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. I'm sorry. Two of me laughed and the other one caught up. My bad.
Oh, Lucas is full of good ideas today.
I
She
like-
said that you need to dress like a schoolgirl when you meet up to do the exchange.
I don't need to dress like a schoolgirl to look fucking fabulous.
I was gonna say that's probably his regular.
Didn't say you
attire
need
go
to,
out.
but it would just improve. It just make it look better. You see? That's all.
Yeah, but hold on. Does Dave want that? I mean, does he want my legs shaved, or does he enjoy the hairy leg life? Maybe he likes that 70s bush style or the hippie style, whatever you want to call it.
That's an excellent fucking question. Dave's been really coy, which isn't really like him. He must be really.
I don't want to assume that he's into one particular style of it, whatever. I got to be careful in this day and age. I don't want to say woman just in case I'm wrong and he gets offended. No, I'm fucking with you, Dave. But yeah, I don't know if he likes shaved legs.
I know. Here you are. Dave's trying to do you a favor by hooking you up, and you're sitting there giving him a ration of shit, Prophet. You should
Yo,
be
he
ashamed.
fucking reads my ass in chat, okay? And I can't keep up with it because I'm usually up here like this, and then I come back and I look through, and Dave's been definitely reaming me through the chat.
He says the wax is wax the floor. He says so. You better get to that wax, and he wants that smooth finish.
Oh shit! All right, I'm down. My the shit gets stuck in my zipper anyway.
You're gonna have to put it in buffer mode, Prophet.
I don't have to bleach my ass, right? Because that gets awkward. I keep falling off the toilet.
Going for that deep clean, man.
Well, I mean, that toothpaste advertised whitening, so I just assumed.
Toothpaste. It comes in such a great tube, man. So it makes it easy to apply.
Dude, it says whitening. It comes in a tube. I mean, what more do you
get the baking soda and peroxide? I bet you it's got to whiten, dude.
Oh, I bet you that's way more freaking healthy for me than lead and fluoride. All right, please, somebody help me. Come on, I've been running my mouth like a jackass. Somebody else come in.
I thought we were gonna just turn this into the file, we'll take just a rotation. I sat there and talked and made an ass of myself the last show. Now you could talk in not quite.
I make an ass of myself every show, so I mean, this isn't new. It's just new stuff coming out of my fucking shit hole that you call my mouth. Like DP, you're up. What you got? You're sitting there giggling. What's so funny?
You was making me laugh. You made me LOL.
There is no emoji to express what I am feeling right now. Okay.
Yeah. What's Johnny doing?
I don't know. I was curious too. Dude, he looks like he's got the Hunter S. Thompson shirt on. Like, I'm waiting for him to go like.
No, it's like.
This is backcountry.
Yeah, there you go.
Get it right, Tom Selleck. Tom Selleck.
Oh, you ain't got the right mustache, dude. You gotta clean your.
I'm average PI. Sure.
Now with that face, now with that facial hair, you gotta get rid of it, man. You gotta go back to the 70s porn style. Like, you gotta get rid of all this.
Prophet, that fits you so perfect. Just a big old bush stash.
Dude, I'll get my dad. That's what he's got. He'll be like, nah, you don't want that. Fucking Spartan's beard's taking over most of his hoodie.
You're game strong over here, man.
What did I say about you, Dad? I said you're a fucking asshole.
I shaved my beard because I caught it on fire like my fucking dab rig.
You did catch the episode with Spartan Core Heads?
Yeah, I caught mine on fire too.
Yeah, mine was about a week and a half after yours. We were talking about it being caribou, and the next thing I know, the fucking next day I fucking singed the shit out of it. I'm like, it's summer anyways.
Yeah, it's a necessary hazard, I suppose, if you're gonna look all super manly like that. I've never really singed it like bad, like you had your flare up there, Spartan, but like climbing trees to come out, you rappel out, and you're using a knot that's tied to you around a rope, rappelling knot basically, right? And coming down, I've had my beard get locked up into that. And when you're fucking coming down like fast and like you like you're crying, you're just like, oh, and the tears are out, just like, you know how it is. It's just like, fuck me. It's
That's what you do.
that was another one of those.
To tie him up or some shit, braid him or do something.
Yeah. It's funny because they got like the best climber I know. He's like another big bearded guy, like comparable to yours. And it's he says he's never had it. And he never done that, and he's never. I guess he's a lot more aware. I guess I don't know.
Dude, Prophet, I love your dog, man. It looks almost exactly identical to my dog. I've got a American bully, named Boris, and your dog looks a lot like my dog.
She's a princess. She's a blue nose, and I will kill everyone on the planet for her. That's just basically how I feel about my dog, dude. All right, I always get like that with my dogs, even though they're pit.
So quickly.
I don't give a fuck. I protect my dog. My dog protects my family.
Yeah, I'm the same way, man. My two buddies.
I'm a suck, dude. I have a guinea pig that I fucking love. Okay, I get obsessed with my like white rats. I love snakes, and like here's a crazy story. So I got Painted Lady has mentioned about her snake, right? I've got I had a red tail hypo, which means it's half albino, half regular, right? The thing was fucking beautiful. The lines in its face actually went through its eyes and shit. It was fucking gnarly, right? And the yellow it wasn't completely red. It was more of a lighter color, and then the tail was obviously fucking really light. So anyway, fast forward. I had pet rats before I had a pet snake. I traded a tattoo for the snake when I was fucking this big. And then I had it until it was like, 4 feet. But fucking, there was a time where this one time the snake wasn't eating a rat, and I always fed my snake in the tub so that it knew once it was in the tub, that's where it was getting fed. And it would kill, and there was nothing ever besides the tub that it got fed in, so that was, I could touch it in the tank, I could do whatever, because it never got fed other than in the bathroom fucking tub. Plus, it was an easy cleanup just in case, God forbid, it fucking squished the guts out of the fucking thing and I had to shoot it down the drain, It was an easy cleanup and it was easy maintenance because the tub's slippery and it's real tough for them to the snake itself to get out, and the mouse, all right? So, it didn't eat it. So I was like, all right. So I put it away. I waited fucking 4 or 5 days. Gave it another try. Fucking the rat, and the rat was only at like this big a time, and it literally crawled over the fucking snake, and the snake's just like, yep, not interested. So I put it back in the cage, put it back in the tank, waited another week, put it in one more time, put it in a tub, set up. The snake didn't eat it, and I was like, well, you had 3 times to be literally eaten, and I'm just gonna take it as fucking a sign that you're not to be eaten. So I kept it as a pet, and so I would never let the feeder rats that I brought home, even though I had a pet rat, see each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't want to fuck with that. I didn't want the rat to think like, where are these other rats going? Right. He knew that he's been in the fucking tub, but he didn't have a bad experience in the tub. So as far as he concerned, he came across this thing that didn't do fucking shit to it. All of a sudden, his friends friends that show up for a couple of days disappear, and they're like, I wonder what's going on. So I didn't want to do that to the rat, right?
Yeah, but how do you know if the other rat would have just been a cocksucker and been talking shit to the other rats? Be like, you're all gonna fucking die,
Yeah. So I freaking kept them away
from that joy, man. You're robbing your rat from your joy.
But here's the crazy part. Right after I got a different rat, it ate that fucking rat. Okay, so I kept this rat for fucking 4 years, and then it died, and my snake was still continuously eating rats. And then 2 months after my rat died, I got another white rat, you know, because I usually grab the multicolored rats to feed, but they only had white ones at the time at that time. So I got because I like to keep white ones and I like white ones. So I went and brought this white rat to my snake, and I went through the same fucking process for fucking a month. And I'm like, all right, well, after 3 strikes, fucking guess you're my new fucking rat pet. And like I would bring it everywhere, it'd hang on my shoulder, sleep in my hoodie, like the hood and shit. I'd bring it to the store. All of a sudden, like a rat would pop out my shoulder and shit, and people be like, "Holy fuck!" You know, like I'd bring my snake places. You know, the same thing. The thing's wrapped around my neck, holding on, and curled up in my hoodie or under my neck. And yeah. And then I went and I got another multicolored rat or whatever, and fucking put it in a tank, and it fucking ate it. So, like this snake kept choosing the rat that I kept as a pet, and it would live for fucking 5 years, a wonderful life because I played with the thing all the time. I'd put him on my table. I'd be doing bong rips. He'd sleep under my bong because it had a section, and I still had a snake, and it fucking wouldn't. It didn't eat the one that I ended up keeping as a pet after 3 strikes. And then, like I said, it died. And then within a month or two later, it decided it wasn't going to eat another one. And I kept that one for another fucking 5 years, along with feeding it. It never not fed on another rat. It was just really weird.
When that first one died, did you try to give the carcass to your snake?
No, I always gave it live food. I felt as though, I didn't know. I imagine that rat died of old age, but I'm not 100% sure if anything was in the rat, and I wouldn't give that to my snake. You know what I'm saying? Plus, it was my pet. I wasn't going to devour it. I buried it in the backyard. You know what I'm saying? It was my boy. Fucking every morning, he'd be smoking weed with me and watching cartoons. I couldn't just be like, all right, let that flush you down the toilet type shit. I couldn't do that.
Right. Makes sense.
We just got a pet rat there, was it 2 weeks ago? I think it is.
I fucking love rats.
Cool. I've never had one before, and honestly, I'd never really considered one as a pet. But then after we split up with the wife there, and this new girlfriend, she's had rats for years. And we go into the pet store looking for something completely different with my daughter, who's like 7, and she's got to go see all the fluffy animals at the pet store. Oh, that's a beautiful dog there, Spartan. Who's that?
Oh, this is my other dog. This is Mr. Quibbly. He's just a pug. He just makes a lot of noise. He snorts all the time.
Snorts. Yep.
Yeah, you'd think he was a pig.
Yeah.
But
that's it nose, man.
Yeah, he's a shadow. Like anywhere I go, he's got to be right there. Like I have a bunch of blankets down here so that when I'm sitting on podcasts, he can sit there because otherwise he'll sit outside the door, like be freezing, shaking and shit because he just wants to be wherever the hell I am. So I had to make a spot for him.
That's her being like, hey, it's like 10 o'clock. Why the fuck aren't we in bed yet? That's basically what she's telling me, which is funny.
Actually, just looking at my dog passed out on his bed there reminded me earlier today we went to a lake and we're throwing sticks for him. And I found this pretty much a half a tree that at the base is probably 4 or 5 inches wide. It's about 10, 12 feet tall, I'd figure. And I was throwing that out in the lake for him. When he was swimming out, grabbing that and swimming it back to shore and trying to get it up on the shore with the fucking bank like that. Did that pretty good.
Yeah, did you put that in your story? I think I saw a video of that.
Actually, no, that would be a different that we posted up.
Okay.
But this one's way cooler because I stand there with and you can see how much taller than I am it is. And then you see my dumb dog that I just it's one of those situations where he'll swim all day. It's one of his favorite things, and his heart is there, but his body is starting to give out on him a bit. And it's but like, what do you do if he wants to swim? Let him swim, right?
That's a great exercise too, because did you mention he's older? So if it's an older dog, it's like easier on their joints when they're in the water.
Yeah, he loves it. Like it's still water's cold here. Well, I imagine it is where most of you guys are too. And he'll go to the point of probably hypothermia, and then we'll come back to the house and put a heating pad on his bed for him, and then a blanket and all that stuff, and try and wrap him up. But it's like he loves it. It's either that or like he'll run down, like he'll run and run and run and run and run. So much harder on his joints. A lot of the time, you feel his back, hips, and like his muscles are just jacked because there's something out there. It's just like. Fuck, man, it just feel bad for my buddy. Trapped in the box, Prophet. Uh-oh.
It's funny. He just now realized he was unmuted that whole time.
Yeah, I did. How you doing, Johnny? Man, you're looking a little like away.
I'm heavily medicated. I'm gonna sleep good tonight, man.
You look like you were sleeping almost there.
Yeah, shortly. I'm waiting for pizza to get here, and then I'll be going to bed early tonight. That boy's got his first soccer game at 8 a.m. tomorrow, so
awesome.
Go in there and get him psyched up for it.
Fucking kids going outside and doing stuff. I'm awesome. Glad to hear it.
I make my kids go outside. They got to go outside.
Well, physical threats, I can't get mine to really go outside. That or cutting the main power to the house.
Right.
Am I supposed
to? The kids, my kids have had a bit of a reality shock coming from where they are with their mom to come visit me where I'm at. So I got the daughter that is actually mine and 2 stepkids, but I've been with them long enough that they are my kids, and I would fight to the death for these 2 kids, right? So, but they go over there. There's no real time limits on internet or all that. They're allowed to just kind of sit there and more or less do whatever. Then they come over here, and it's like there's time limits on the internet per day where once you reach it, your internet just cuts off on your device. And it's always out walking around or riding bikes and stuff like that. I think my son was, when he come over for his first visit, I think he was a little bit like, holy shit, you mean I don't just get to sit here and look at the idiot box all day? Which, but it's great. But you get him out getting exercise. And then, but yeah.
Yeah, he might hate it right now, but he's going to love it in the long run. You know what I mean?
Well, that's exactly it. I mean, he's at the age where, like he doesn't really want to be hanging out with like kind of neighborhood kids, I guess you could say, because there's like a whole bunch of younger kids in our area where it's kind of hanging out in the street playing hopscotch or riding bikes kind of stuff. Doesn't interest him. You take him out in the bush though, and all of a sudden you've got his interest, right? He's into hunting and all that, and he's at that age where he really likes spending time out there. So that's a bit more up his alley.
Caribou, they're asking for that cowbell again. I think it's time.
For that cowbell? Throw up cowbell.
Hey, when did Crazipotmom pop in, and where the heck is she?
She's been in and out.
Oh, there she is. Hey, is that a solo cup behind you, or that you're showing us?
It is her solo cup.
Oh, she's got it close up. I was like, wow, that thing's fucking huge, but it's still huge.
In there, Kingfisher was asking what it was. She needs to tell us what it was if she ever gets around to coming back.
It's Amnesia Skunk.
Amnesia Skunk.
couldn't remember?
Yeah. You totally forgot she was on.
I did tell them in the chat. You guys just weren't reading the chat.
Hey, Crazipotmom.
Hi.
I haven't seen you in forever. I'm tired of being in my bedroom.
It was only last Friday.
I know. It feels like forever.
Okay. Don't roll your eyes at us.
I wasn't. I swear.
I figured they would look at my pet and not.
Those edibles I ate are starting to kick in pretty good. I feel
No way.
But I was about to ask if you ate those or not. I forgot.
Oh yeah, he ate them on camera, man.
I ate about 2/3 of it, so I'd say probably a little somewhere between 600 and 700 fucking mils. We'll see how that goes, because last time around it was 350, and I felt more or less fine after that. So
Nice. So I gotta ask, Spartan, are you smoking on Spartan glue tonight?
Oh no, I'm smoking Snow Cane tonight.
Oh, usually I hear you talking about Spartan glue. That's why I was busting your chops. I'm like, I want to try this shit, man. You've been smoking it every time I see you on the Michigan Brothers and shit. What are you smoking on, Spartan glue?
Yeah, that Spartan glue is just like it's I don't know, man.
What's the flowering time on that? Is it fucking
Dude,
10 weeks?
What flowering time do you want? You can harvest it earlier. You can harvest it later.
What's your all right?
You get more yield if you harvest it a little bit later.
What do you think
I
is
like
the
about
best?
9 weeks. I like about
9 weeks.
But you can
Okay.
harvest it right at 8 weeks, no problem.
What do you think the most couch lock like quality time would be, as opposed to like I'll sacrifice that for yield?
Probably like 10 weeks, and you're gonna get fucking yield too if you wait that long.
Yeah. All right.
And yeah, and I don't know, man. It's just something about it. This strain. It reminds me of like old school in one way. To me, I think it's got to be crossed with a haze. It's very GG4 for sure. It's not GG4, but it's very like it's got to be a GG4 cross. And I'm thinking it's crossed with some kind of a haze because it's a pretty even hybrid kind of a buzz. If you smoke it, and so I mean, it's one of those strains that if you continue to smoke it, you will eventually get super high and then get the couch lock and just want to go to sleep. But at first, you just smoke it. You can smoke it right during the day, and it's fine. It's just nice stony weed.
See, I haven't come across a weed that's seriously stopped me. Yeah, if I'm in the middle of sitting on a couch binge watching, then I can easily get couch locked. But if I'm moving around, I can smoke pretty much whatever, and as long as I'm doing something, I continuously do it. But if it's like, if my plans aren't anything, then I'm just gonna sit there and get fucking wrecked on, heavy, more heavy indica side ones and whatnot. Because I don't really look for THC count. It's more of I feel more on the indica side is where I feel I belong.
Try that Mob Boss. What'd you think of that, DP?
Making a move.
All right.
Oh, that was nice. It was actually really nice. Concentrates like that. I got a live sugar. It was nice.
It gives me a nice. The first time I smoked it, I got couch locked and fucking stuck for 3 hours, man. I couldn't move. I liked it.
That sounds awesome. Kingfisher is asking me in chat if the Snow Cane that I was saying I was smoking, if that was the Spartan cut. Yeah, that's my Spartan cut, Snow Cane. I don't know if I told you guys a story of that. 2020 Mendocino had they call it the Pheno Hunt Challenge, and it was in Michigan only, I guess. And out of everybody who entered, I ended up winning. Everybody grew. They gave you got a 15-pack of feminized seeds, and everybody grew out. And it was like a little mini cannabis cup, but everybody had the same strain. And my cut ended up winning, and part of the winning package was they took my winning pheno and used it in the selection process for the F2s. So they ended up taking my cut, their company from California. So they took my cut and they crossed it with the winning cut from California, I guess. So there's like the Cali cut crossed with the Michigan cut, and they made the F2s. So I thought that was pretty cool. And so then they released the Snow Cane version 2 or whatever. And I actually they sent me a pack, and on the pack it says, Snow Cane Spartan cut times Snow Cane Cali cut or whatever. That was pretty fucking cool to see my name on a pack of seeds.
Were you using a different growing style or anything? Or using the same like method, medium?
I was growing it. Yeah, it was my home grow, so it's the same way I do now with sib containers, and I have it's all organic. Just M3 soil is the base, and then I'll amend it after a run, or if I get a deficiency or something.
And you said that's a Mendocino cross? Is that a Mendocino Greeno, Mendo Breath? Like,
No, that's not the genetics. That's the breeder name is 2020 Mendocino. The cross on the
okay.
original snow cane was, I believe it was Mimosa times Sour Snow.
The Mimosa was actually really good.
Yeah, this strain's a really nice daytime strain. The reason I picked it out was, of all the seeds I popped, it was the only one that had a little bit of like a strawberry flavor to it. Everything else was real citrusy, like a mimosa, and it's really hashy too because it's super frosty. So it's like real hashy, and the actual flavors kind of come in the back end. But this one it finishes with a little bit of strawberry, and it really stood out. So I was like, oh, I'm picking this one just because it's different. Nobody, it's not likely everybody else is going to pick this, and it ended up working out for me.
That's pretty awesome, man.
Yeah, I'm super. This thing I'm most excited for is I've got one pheno of it's called Cuvée. It's a TGA strain. This is the pre-fire Cuvée. So the backstory on that was he lived out there in California where the forest fires were. So the two parents of this strain got burned up in the fire. So he was able to get some of the seeds that he made with those parents to continue the line, but they're Cuvée F2s. So these are the Cuvée F1s. You can't even get them anymore because the parents are gone. And one of the phenos is it smells so much like cherries right now. Cherries and like Tootsie Rolls. It smells so fucking good. I can't wait to like get a bunch of clones off it and just grow a bunch of those plants and then get some of my buddies to extract it. Because it's just, I hope that it tastes like it smells because it's just fucking amazing smelling.
I've got this slurricane cross from Caribou that's like spitting off dark cherries like hard. It's wonderful.
That's awesome because cherry is fucking a hard one. You don't get a whole lot of cherry.
Yeah.
That's supposed to be really good stuff. That's what Fumador's using to cross to make that Morgana.
Yep. He's got I think he's using the F2s in his Morgana, or maybe he used the F1. I can't remember. He was a tester for Subcool, so I'm sure he has access to a lot of those old genetics too.
I don't remember if I saw F1 or F2, but I know he used that. It's a cross between that and something else to make that Morgana.
And that sounds like it's a real uplifting, like kind of a smoke. He says it gives him the giggles.
Yeah, it looks really nice. I was lucky enough to become a tester for him, and he's got me doing the Lime River Rose, and that's coming on really nice too.
Oh, nice.
That's supposed to be dope strain.
Lime's starting to get hot, man, and I got some gear from Brandon Russ, my buddy Brandon Russ, his Limerilla stuff. Actually, I've got it sitting right here because it's probably the next thing I'm popping, and that's Limerilla times Mac 2. And so that'll probably be the next bean I pop. But
I was just listening to one of his. He jumped on with. Who did he jump on with? I don't know. He guessed with so many people, but man, that guy is.
He's all over the place, man.
That guy. I mean, he's fucking brilliant. The way
he is.
Like I was like, okay, yeah, I'm learning some shit, and then I'm sitting down listening to him. I'm just like, what the fuck? Hold on, I got to rewind this 5 times real quick, and I'm like, writing it down, and like, man, and the way he breaks it down, it just fucking makes sense. You know what I mean? It's just like, holy shit. The way he's like mind connects things, you know what I mean?
Yeah. He's brilliant. He's brilliant, but he can talk like in layman's terms, so you can understand what the fuck he's trying to say too. That's what I like about him. I get on that show, Cheap Home Grow, with him, and I feel like the dumbest guy in the panel, man. But that's where you want to be if you want to improve. You want to get in there and challenge yourself like that. And I'm just sitting there asking questions and trying to break shit down and trying to absorb some of that shit, man. Because like you said, they're all fucking geniuses, man.
Even in our group chats, I'm always asking these guys shit. They're fucking probably tired of me asking questions 100 times a day, but whatever.
Nah, man, just keep asking questions because not only are you learning, but they learn. Because explaining things to people, man, I've explained, some of the beginner questions 100 times, but because I've had to say it 100 times, I fucking understand the ins and outs, man. Just because having to break it down like that for 100 different people, 100 different ways, you really learn how to do shit.
No doubt. I'm excited about these two little hempy setups I got. And then shout out to Stoney Rockefeller. He hooked me up with two dilly bars that are a couple weeks into veg. And those are supposed to be some pretty dope strains right there. Dilly bars.
What was it? I didn't hear what you said. What strains?
Well, yeah, what's up? What's going on?
The dilly bars.
Dilly
Stoney
bars.
Rockefeller, shout out to him. He hooked me up with two dilly bars. They're a couple weeks into veg. That's from Exotic Genetics. They're supposed to be pretty
Did
dope.
you get the pineapple or the sourdough?
Cross with
Right there. Wait, you sure? Double check.
Could be
The last ones, he didn't win anything.
Oh, okay. You sure? Then, yeah. I actually got Stoney's mix pack. Oh, sorry. Mix pack right here.
Fuck yeah.
And that's a consistency of either Blue Dream or Gorilla Glue number 4.
Oh,
so
no.
whatever seed you pop, it's going to be one or the other. There was only 2 people that didn't win anything, and I just felt bad. So I was like, fuck it. I got so many like side things where I'm like, I know it's either this or this, but
He has a 5-foot tall shelf with like 10 drawers, and that's where his seeds are.
but these are strains from 5 years ago. I'm only recently getting newer strains. That's why I'm like, dude, I got a lot of strains that have been retired.
The older ones are at the bottom.
I've got a little mini fridge, and that's where my seeds
See,
are.
I thought about buying already, using or stealing my dad's, but
you have a turf fridge?
No, mine's a little mini fridge, like what you see in a fucking. It's a lot bigger than a turf fridge.
Yeah.
I need more space than that for my seeds.
Can't wait to get a turf fridge. I got those are goals I have.
I just use my regular fridge for that. That's fuck it.
Yeah, my apartment's small enough I can actually just.
I can't do that. My son would probably eat it and think it was food.
Sesame seeds.
Yay!
I've seen some of those that you can plug into your like car cigarette lighter.
Mm-hmm.
So like if you go on a trip, you could bring that shit with you and keep it cold. I'm like, oh, that is fucking awesome.
Keep it cold. Drink.
Oh, your dabs. Keep your dabs cold so they don't fucking melt on you.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
I hate it when I go get dabs and you just open it up and it's all over the lid and it's just like, all right, you guys.
Dude, stick it in the freezer for like a minute and then snap it.
The places around here are crazy.
That's what I do. I got a fucking gram of wax. I stuck it in the freezer and I just fucking for a minute I take it out and I snap it and then stick it in my little fucking whatever you want to call that thing, my goop collector.
I know what someone's getting for Christmas.
Yeah, Mr. Greenpot's in chat. That was the show I was watching that Brandon and that was on the Smiley Show on Eagles. Yeah, that was the one. And man, he just really broke that shit down. He was talking about oxidation and stuff like that and how it affects. I'm not even about to go into it right now. I'm too stoned, but it was and like everything he was making, it's all makes so much sense with the minerals and everything like that, and how it's so much more readily available than a lot of this other stuff, and the fact that he's not using compost or anything like that, and he's getting those crazy results. I mean, that guy.
I was using Bokashi. That's pretty much a compost, but yeah.
Yeah.
It's his own shit. He's got his own compost company. Yeah, fucking Brandon's awesome, man. He's got not only has he got his own compost company where he's taking waste materials to make this compost. It's not, so he's closing a waste stream, one, and then the education that he just freely puts out there. That's the best. You know what I mean? He's just out there on multiple shows, just sharing the information for everybody. That's fucking badass. And
he got out the joint the last time he said, and he hit the ground running. He's just like, fuck that. he saw this Instagram shit. He was like, I'm getting on that. I'm doing this full blast, and like he
What's
made it
cool
happen.
is I've been able to fucking know him for like behind the scenes and watch him blow up like that, and it's been fucking awesome. You know, California, the regulations and the government fucking kind of looked like it was giving him a roadblock, and he just said, "Yep, out." And he's fucking Oklahoma, and fucking just boom, hit the door running. He's already the fucking head grower at Majestic Cannabis, and then he's co-owner of Black Label Organics with fucking multiple
He's got
fucking
Bakashi. He fucking concerts
Earthworks.
everywhere. Like,
Yeah,
this dude,
dude.
nonstop, man. You know what I mean? And he finds time for, like, you know what I mean, his own mental health and shit like that, which is super dope. And he helps promote, which is super cool. You know what I mean?
And like he's still like in our like little fucking Instagram chat group for our cheap home grow, and we're back and forth talking. Just a real ass dude, you know what I mean? I can't say enough about Brandon. He's a cool ass guy.
Oh, yeah. That's what's cool about this community. There's so many dope people, you know, everywhere. And I mean, it's just the amount of people that I've come in contact with. It's changed my life a lot, you know. So I fucking appreciate all y'all.
Me too, man. Fucking the cannabis community. It's just the community that really attracts me to it all. It's just like so. For me, it's always been so extremely welcoming. And I hear some people have murmurings of the bad side of it, but I've been lucky enough to fucking bounce away from those types of people. And just I think like attracts like, and I've been super lucky to just surround myself with people that are just fucking awesome people. You know what I mean? So.
Dude, I got more aggression in the tattoo world than I ever did in the cannabis world, and that's some shit. Okay, like they're brutal, man. Unless you pay your way in, or fucking, you know, you happen to be blessed to
Pretty
be
much
brought in.
get beaten like a freaking gang.
Yeah, that's another thing too.
An apprenticeship. I was the first female that made it in 12 years at this one shop because it was insanely difficult. It's like they lock you in there overnight and
Well,
sell the work the next morning.
Let's not talk about that. Let's just talk about the fact that the cannabis community is way more accepting than the fucking tattoo,
so
like
much
other tattoo
calmer.
artists. They don't even want to fucking talk to you. They hate you. Your
Don't ask
competition instantly. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it blows my mind because I'm like, dude, we have a common interest. What the fuck? You know, I'm not here to steal anybody's money. I just want to bullshit. But no, the cannabis community has been way more accepted than any of a lot of the tattoo community when you're not part of their group.
I don't even have to smoke, and y'all still help me grow.
Right.
You can say the same for a lot of, I mean, alcohol, same fucking story. You know what I mean? You can go on and on and on. I think, but there's something special with this plant in particular. Just like, I know, like when I grow something fucking badass, I don't want to just save it to myself and not fuck. I want to share that shit. I'm like, dude, try this. You know, you got to try this. You got to try. There's something, it's like a community builder. It makes you like community minded.
To me, that's kind of like the best bragging rights there is. Like you won't hear me brag about this or that, but like verbally, but it's like when you grow a good bud that you're proud of and you're just like hand it to your buddy, and like first when they open the bag and the look when their eyes just bulge is like, yeah. And then when they roll it or throw it in a bong, whatever their method is, and they hit that, and you're just like, yeah, man,
that was me.
Dude,
I don't need to brag because their facial expressions and everything and what they tell you afterwards, that's the bragging for you. You don't have to say it.
Dude, you know what's nuts is when people are pre-ordering off of you. Like,
just gonna say that.
That's fucking insane to me. And they're like, oh, you want the money now? And I'm like, no, dude, it's only week 4. And they're like, yeah,
we just want to make sure I get some. I just want to say
they're like, we already know what you're about. Can we just get it? Like, I was like, no, we'll talk. I'll put some aside. Don't worry about it. You'll get something. But like, holy fuck, dude. When people are just like, are you ready yet? Or they'll call you every fucking week, dude. When do you think, like, they'll be like, when do you think it'll be done? I'm like, hoping around 2 weeks, possibly 3 weeks. They hit you in 1 week. You done yet? The fuck's wrong with your math? You know what I'm
the
saying?
same thing happened to me yesterday, and it wasn't even a week in between. It was like 3 days. I'm like, I told you like 2 weeks, fucking 3 days ago. Why are you asking me again? The fuck?
Yeah, I can get you something. It's not mine. Well, da da da. I'm like, well, what the fuck, dude? What do you want me to do? I can't make this move any faster. If I could, I would do it. Okay, that would be the first thing I'd be doing, making my plants flower quicker. You know, like to full maximum yield and everything. Believe me, like I don't like waiting.
Waiting is happening.
No, because like I
Here's the
smoke through a
last
lot
of
of
that
weed.
gummy down the hatch, so we'll see how I'm feeling here in a bit.
Yeah, we were curious about you.
Where's the dab frog at?
Yeah, well,
Oh,
no boof.
man.
Ribbit.
Crazipotmom, you gotta say something. You're just sitting over there being all freaking antisocial.
What is on your bone?
I gotta run to the bathroom real quick.
No, I don't want to talk about
No,
my
you're not
dog.
allowed.
It's
Piss your
embarrassing.
pants. Be a
What
real
is
computer
it?
guy.
No,
I
I
saw
don't
you
want to
throw
talk
it.
about it. It's embarrassing.
Who's on it?
It's Game of Thrones, but I've never watched it.
Oh, don't.
Sorry,
dude,
hold on. Give me a.
I watched some of Game of Thrones.
I got all the way to the last season, but
Never
it's a brutal fucking show, man.
Never.
It's a pretty good show.
Yeah,
Is
it's
it that's Tyrion Lannister? The little short guy?
the one that fell off the freaking.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. Absolutely.
She has no fucking clue.
That's Jon Snow.
That's Luke Skywalker.
They all look the same. Aw.
We'll go with that because at least I know who the fuck that is.
Oh no, that's the midget, man.
Yeah.
That's the midget. Yeah, that's the midget.
That's Harry Potter.
That's the dire wolf for
Snow.
Jon Snow, the white one.
Yeah.
There you go. Now you at least
Okay.
know
Well,
what.
kids make fun of me.
Now you know,
I don't know what it is, and I've never.
but now you do.
Now you do. That's Jon Snow, bitch.
I
The
still
guy
don't
at the
care.
the
That's
guy
the
at
whole
the
point.
top.
I
Listen,
don't care.
the guy at the top of your bong. This is funny. Is the midget with a huge dick. Okay, and then the wolf at the bottom of the bong.
I won't
is
forget
that.
that now.
Yeah. That's what's funny.
Oh, yeah.
That's why it's kind of funny he's on top, and you got to suck off that. But the dire wolf was a different situation, which he was just cool because he was badass, you know.
He was
But
badass.
yeah, the midget you have is known for having a large penis. That was his whole thing.
Go into whorehouses and
Yeah.
they would pay him.
Yeah, not only that, but they were fucking like people would hunt him down because dwarf penis is supposed to like be magical. So like he would have
I
that
can't
issue.
believe I don't know this.
Dude, I swear to
Now
God,
you know.
it's some shit. Game of Thrones is a brutal fucking show.
Oh my god. Because
Yeah,
you know the guy you have behind you, Prophet? The dude that's behind you?
Yes.
Yeah. So my son has him on a bong like right here, and
Yep.
this is his dick. So I've seen that dude right here, and that be his dick. So
Yeah, that
and
sounds
my
about
son has
right.
it up in his room.
Yeah,
He
that's
goes,
the hatchet man.
yeah, he says, you can clean my bong, just don't look at it. I go, what the hell am I supposed to fucking clean a bong without looking at it? But then I go, is it because this is a penis? He goes, yeah, I think you didn't want to look at that. I go, I looked because you told me not to. I would
I
have
got-
just cleaned the freaking thing.
I got a Rick and Morty bong, but I'm kind of jealous about the ICP bong. Like, you know, I got Rick and Morty.
Yeah,
looking
see,
bong.
my kid would love that.
We could trade.
He's all about the Rick and Morty. Yeah, for sure. Crazy. And I wasn't being antisocial. I figured my plant was really cool. How many people are going to see it if I don't leave it up there for a while? And our flags all back and forth. You never get to see shit. I don't know how to turn it to where I see the whole entire crowd of views. So unless you're talking, I don't see it.
Turn it sideways.
No, I
Oh
don't want
wait,
to do that. You
I'm
see
sorry.
more.
You're on Zoom. Yeah, sometimes you know what's weird? It's yeah, that's how Zoom works. It's messed up. If you turn it sideways, you only see the dominant person talking, but if you turn it straight up, you can actually see the whole panel for the most part. Unless somehow
Okay.
Sequence makes himself disappear and people are telling me he's fucking there, but he's not. And it fucking drives me nuts because I got like half the people in chat telling me he's there, and I'm like, I don't fucking see him, but I hear him. I took a screenshot to prove it. I'm like, I'm not fucking delusional, all right?
I'm
Just
not
to be
that
like,
drunk yet.
yeah, I was like, dude, there's fucking only 4 people on there, but I hear sequence. It's like the voice of God.
Like
Like,
on the floating head on the late sesh when he does that.
is that what's going on? So he never shows his face, but he's there.
Just on the late sesh.
Okay,
Yeah, he just got his camera shut off, so that he doesn't, it never shows up.
Caribou says
It
maybe
doesn't
I
even
shouldn't
show
double
like an
the
empty
dose.
spot of him though. Like usually it would show an empty spot. It
Like
don't
us
show
right now. If you look at our feed on YouTube, it's only showing people that have everybody's got video screens, I guess.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, if there was somebody who didn't, that's what he's doing. He's the only one that shuts off his video screen.
All right.
It won't show.
Yeah, because when I heard him, I'm like, am I hearing sequence? And I'm like, 1, 2, 3, 4. No. And they make it easy for me. All the names are underneath their faces. So why am I hearing sequence? What is wrong with my phone? Like I fucking turned it off, restarted it. I was like, it's got to be my phone. People had me convinced. You guys are dicks. I love chat.
Oh, dude, chat's awesome. Chat makes every show awesome.
What kind?
Right, it got in here.
What?
Can she put them
Mom,
all?
you're good at popping all those, say, herbs and all that shit, right? Non-cannabis shit.
Yeah, I guess this is my first year and it's going. So
Okay, so tell her the ones you have. Ask her your question.
Wife is in there putting seeds in dirt. And I was like, maybe just because, they're older seeds, maybe you should see if you can pop them first, make sure it's actually going to grow. And she's like, oh, that's a great idea. Should I do these all in one big container? Is that okay? Or should they each in a...
What is these, and these?
Okay, one says garden mix, there's sunflowers, morning glories, snapdragons, and forget-me-nots. So
does she have any information on any of these? Because they really need to be like this far apart, this far down, this far away from each other.
And that's,
I mean, like they all want their own space, basically.
There's the 25-cent bags you get at the dollar store of seeds?
They have it right on the back.
Yeah.
So if you read the back, it'll tell you exactly how far apart to put them. You can always mix and match as long as they're as far apart as they say on the package.
Yeah.
And as far down.
You gotta fit them all.
So like if you want to put them in some water and see if they'll start to crack or whatever before, it gives you an idea. But as long as you keep your soil wet, it should do the same thing.
Okay, cool. Thank you. I will go tell her. Yeah, and I will be back.
Awesome. We got a growing question. That was great. Thank you.
Right?
Thank you.
Is Caribou
No
still
problem.
watching his dog shit?
No, Caribou.
No, he's not. But he says he shouldn't double dose.
Yeah, he said that shit was kicking in, and he had to go for a walk, and then he came back, and then he was looking at the camera like it was the first time he'd ever seen a camera.
Because he was eating more at that point. That was his second dosage. So he said he
Oh,
shouldn't
was
do
it?
that. Yeah, I'm
But-
really sure. Ask the chat, but I'm really sure I've seen that flying on by.
But did he do it anyway?
Yeah, because he was talking about after the fact.
Well, the
I
second
shouldn't have
round,
done that.
the second round isn't kicking in yet. It's the first round that's still hitting him.
Yeah, which
he
is
has
why
another
he's
30
saying
minutes
he
for the
shouldn't have
second
taken
wave.
the second.
You know how many times I've been told that, and I was like, you know what? It was well worth it. I'm just saying, I live my life, that way.
At 10:40, he said maybe I shouldn't have doubled the dose. Boom for the head.
Yeah, I don't know why he's hiding. He made a big show about eating it on camera, and then he goes and hides.
dude,
Because
the
he's
day,
tripping balls walking around his house.
hey, dude, all right, Spartan, check this out. So the day you had the day you had Rick on, right? Oh no, Bees. All right, we had our own little Zoom thing, and we shared the screen to watch your show, right? So there's four of us. There's me, Uncle Rick, Caribou, and DP. I ate a bunch of mushrooms, allegedly. Fucking Rick ate fucking allegedly for a bunch of mushrooms, and freaking I don't know what DP was doing and what Caribou was doing exactly. Anyway, I'm sitting there and I'm kind of like zoning out to this section of my computer as opposed to the four little squares. And I look over and I notice that Rick's gone. And I was like, okay, I wonder how long he's been gone. So I kind of looked up and I'm like, DP's gone. And I look up and I'm like, Caribou's gone. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna let this ride out for a little while, and I continued on, and then I realized another 30 minutes went by, and I looked over, and Rick hasn't come back. I don't know what the fuck DP's doing. I can only see the top of his head sometimes. And fucking Caribou is gone, and I'm like, am I the only one here? Am I alone? Hello? And then all of a sudden, Caribou's girl showed up, and I was like, oh, thank fucking God there's somebody else here. But, like,
I was just in the background listening to Prophet. Like,
see, what a dick.
Like, hello, guys.
Dude, everybody, it was a great idea. Like, half the panel ate mushrooms, but they all fucking bounced on me. And I'm just sitting there like, this is a great show. You know what I'm saying?
It would have
And then fucking, here's the irony. I look over like this, and I'm like, oh, I'm all by myself. Why the fuck am I even on this? You know? And then Caribou came on, and I was like, what's up, dude?
Dude, I may have allegedly consumed some penis envy, and fucking.
I've done that.
I don't remember what show I was even on, but like you know how in Zoom when the person who's talking, there's like a border around their screen. That border legit was like giving me visuals, like fucking it was like fucking pulsating and fucking like I was like
nice.
fire and shit. I was like, wow,
it's like breathing, awesome. Like what the. On my birthday, I was in the gas station, and like the guy behind the counter was talking about like weed and all this shit, and like I was like tripping my face off, and I had some of the weed I had, just taken down a couple of weeks ago and shit like that. So like, of course, I think it's a great idea to just like crack it in the middle of the gas station and give the guy some of the, you know what I mean? But actually, me and him are pretty good friends now. So
cool. I took a walk to the gas station that night. I told Caribou, I said, I hope I make it back. And I fucking got into the gas station. It's funny because when I walk into the gas station, I'm like, what am I here for exactly again? You know, and then like they know me really well, like really well. The first day we had to start wearing masks. I put a mask on and I had my hoodie on, like a different kind of hoodie. And they had a new clerk, and the older chick there, like, well, not the older clerk knows me. Well, they all know me except for the new one. And he kind of leaned over and he's like, should we be worried about him? And they're like, no, we know him. He's good. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? I can't even walk in here with a mask on and fucking rob you. That's bullshit. You know, like I was so mad, you know, I was just like, I'm that easy to pick off. But yeah, fucking, I went in there and I was like, dude, Gary, why am I here? And he's like, probably for Black and Milds and raps, dude. And I was like, yes, that's why I'm here. Thank you.
They're telling you what you're gonna get.
Oh yeah, he hasn't put aside for me in the morning. So if I ain't buying cream for my coffee, I'm buying that. You know what I'm saying?
You doing all right, Caribou? I'm good to see you come back. Show you.
Hold on, I gotta plug that in.
Is he stuck?
Oh,
or
looks
just
like he's stuck.
Is he stuck, or just stuck?
He just doesn't want.
That's his face, dude. That's just the way he looks.
That's how. Oh, like if I was on mushrooms right then, that would be crazy.
Oh, he's back to moving again. But he's muted. He doesn't realize he's muted.
Let's see him in his native environment. And
that seems to be working there.
There you go.
We're gonna finally get you guys back. You guys are freezing up. Sounds like I was freezing up on you guys. And this like sitting there, and all of a sudden I can hear talking, and I'm just like, okay. And then I try talking to you, and I'm still on mute.
Yes.
All right. Crazipotmom, just to follow up on the question, how much water do you recommend to start off with, and does it do you recommend bottled water, or does tap water work out fine? I swear to God, I'm gonna strangle these women.
And how many seeds all at once?
You know what they tell me in chat?
Just a
Enough.
spray bottle.
What'd you say?
What bottle? I didn't hear.
Just a spray bottle. You don't want to move the seeds at all.
So mix the
So
top.
just spray them with a spray bottle.
Okay.
I bet you that's
Yeah.
what she's been fucking up.
I would pH your water.
pH the water?
I'd pH your water just because.
To what?
Just because. Yeah.
To know what it is.
Just
What do
because
you-
I said so.
Well, what's the pH?
ma'am.
What's
I
the
got you.
pH? What do you want?
Oh, I don't even know. I would look that up online. I don't know. I don't know what she's growing, to be honest. Like she's
There's
got all these
so-
different things. So I would just kind of.
Millions of things. There's one called garden mix.
You know what? We're gonna run with
So-
7. We're gonna run with
Okay,
7
so-
because that's rainwater and it takes up everything
Oh.
that can go outside.
I
All
can't
right,
make it downstairs.
So it sounds
I
like
can do it.
It sounds like they're all flowers.
Yeah, they're just flowers. Like morning glories, forget-me-nots.
Just
She
go
does
outside.
have basil, cilantro, and something else that you
Yeah, I would
eat.
just go to where you want
I'm
to plant
still
them,
doing-
and I'd plant them right in the soil and put them in the soil right now. And then you don't
Stick
fuck
them in,
with it.
just stick them in the dirt
Well,
and
it's a little,
saturate it.
little cold for the next 2 days, and then we're gonna start putting shit outside.
Yeah. See,
Yeah,
if,
but-
if you're in Canada, we can't do any of that outside.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
well, just think a little bit about what happens in nature. Okay, so
I
these,
remember you saying something about winterization. Was that you?
so
of
yeah,
a
these
seed?
seeds, yeah, these seeds go through a whole winter. So
But I don't know. It scares me.
why does it scare you? I mean, think about what happens in nature.
No, you make perfect sense.
These things,
Okay,
these things
Like
lay out in the
thumper
fucking all winter
daisies.
long.
but have these seeds actually been conditioned, even though they've been bought from, say, the dollar store? To
What is this? Is this humans? These are seeds. They're not. They don't need to be conditioned. What are you talking about? They need to do some exercises. What are we talking?
no,
about?
you could. Whoa! All right, putting a fan on and having your limbs move is fucking exercise.
Yeah.
All right, for the goddamn plant. All right, let's not. You don't not have any force upon your plant, therefore you can't build strength.
I'm talking about a seed,
Resistance
bro.
builds strength. But
you
hey,
can't build up a seed.
all right, dude. You know what? I'm gonna take your word for it. I'm not even gonna argue because you just basically dropped the straight up fact. That's how it works in nature,
Yeah.
And I gotta learn sometimes to keep it a little simple. And I do have access to, grow lights and veg lights in my fucking basement. So that does make me a little overzealous and cautious because I'm really used to working with cannabis and being cautious with that shit. And I know you can go through the same situation with cannabis, but still.
Yeah, there's two big differences though. Is one is these seeds are way the fuck cheaper, so you can afford to be, less
Callous. Yeah.
exactly. And then two, it's like sometimes it's a bad thing. People will start them under an intense light and then take them outside, under a completely different spectrum. I find it's a lot easier to start the seed under the spectrum they're going to finish under. Then they develop from the get go, in the sun or inside or something like that, but not switching back and forth. And then they have to adjust.
So I'm gonna think of this logically. So no matter what, even if we put them out tonight and it got cold, as long as we don't have a fucking frost or anything like that, or apparently even if we do have a frost because the seed hasn't popped yet, that would technically be a winterization and should not be hindered whatsoever. You're muted. But I bet it was intelligent.
Right. No, I say I agreeing with you. Yeah, because it'll be underground. It's not going to be frozen. If you have plants outside, you know how people will cover them. That's how they stop them from being. If you're underground, you're already covered, so you're good.
Yeah. All right. Fuck it. Shit. All right.
Okay,
Cool.
so that makes sense. I'm growing my plants inside, and they are staying inside because you know what's outside? Fucking bugs.
I agree. Bugs are
So
outside, but
I'm new. I'm super new to this. So this year, I'm not playing games. They stay here with me.
I'll be honest
until
with
I know
you.
it's fucking fun.
I did mint. I did a lot of the, all that rosemary and shit. Like I've done it before. I didn't have a problem with bugs. Be honest with you, when they were outside, it seemed like they're more interested in tomatoes and shit like
Which
that.
is exactly what I'm growing.
I didn't find any problems really when it came to, I mean, some other people may have, but in my region, I didn't find any of the herbs, mints, or anything that have any fucking bugs or any problems whatsoever. And all I did was put them in pots with regular dirt from my fucking yard because they were handed to me, like from my neighbor.
Yeah, I don't think they like the taste because of all the different tastes of the herbs and whatever. But I mean, I'm growing cucumbers.
See, those things they
tomatoes,
tend to attack.
strawberries.
You get shit that'll attack actually the vegetables.
Right.
It's so
So
fucking annoying.
that's why I'm hiding them.
It makes
But I mean,
sense.
if I get really good at it, I'll try next year outside. But I mean, this year I want to do a weed plant outside, so that's where focus is going to be out there.
I did
still
a
want
small
vegetables.
garden. I did a small garden, and I mean small. And even with the small occasional pest and bug, the yield was way more than what I lost due to the the bugs bothering it or whatever. You know what I'm saying? That's just my region, because maybe it's a little bit colder, so I don't get such intense shit. But when it comes to tomato worms, they're here too. All right, but as far as a lot of the other bugs and shit like that, we don't technically. I haven't found them besides caterpillars on a fucking weed, and I am almost a little baffled as from all the way from Australia to South America to Canada to East Coast, the Midwest to the fucking West Coast. This one particular caterpillar that shows up on cannabis is always there. And I find that kind of intriguing that like it's almost like an extremophile, like that type of creature where it seems it would be able to adapt to any temperature and attack the cannabis plant for some reason. I don't know. That's just the way I've been seeing it. I haven't done many outdoor grows, but it's funny when you have everybody complaining when they do outdoor grows, no matter where they are, they have caterpillars. And I'm just like, wow, it's kind of weird. I mean, it isn't technically weird, but I still find it kind of weird. Just intriguing, I guess that would be the word. What is it about the cannabis plant that makes it in the regions that it
Exactly,
can grow?
because none of us have anything the same. We're all growing completely different from one another because of our areas or whatever, or our nutrients and
Climates, but everybody that grows outside eventually deals with caterpillars at some point in time. Am I right? I mean, I've done 3 outdoor grows. I had caterpillars.
My buddy in Maine, he had a deer come through and eat only one string. I know that's not a caterpillar.
I had a buddy that had 15 plants, and cows came through and ate all the fucking plants that was there.
Did they leave a group?
Dude, I would almost think, if I didn't know the fact that I know better, that they were still in veg, and I don't believe they fucking got high. But you can see where like they ate them, and then at least like 6 of them fucking laid down because the earth and the grass was laid out. Like they fucking got high, and it's like, yeah, man, they got high and passed out. I'm like, those are in fucking veg, dude. I don't think it works out that way. I think they were just fucking full, like they were full after eating the amount of grass to reach your fucking weed and then found your weed. Like that's really what I think happened. I don't think they got high, but they mowed fucking 15 plants, dude, right down to nothing. I was like, it almost looked like a bulldozer went through the middle of the fucking like off the path. It was the craziest thing I ever seen. A herd of cows just annihilated an area and then laid all over the place. So if you want to say they were high, that's on you. You want to say they were full and decided to take a fucking nap, that's on you. I don't know.
I'd say they were full, but that is absolutely hilarious.
Yeah.
Did you grow the next year?
Yeah, we actually did, but we really stayed away from like because that was our first year
Away from the cows?
there. Yeah, we definitely tried to go like deeper uphill and like it was a mountain, but it wasn't the mountainy aspect of like geological rock face mountain. It was a fucking valley mountain where it's a hill. And if you ever tried to climb up a valley hill in the middle of upstate, it's got to be a 45 or more degree angle completely up. And like, you need the assistance of grabbing trees in front of you because of the steepness to get the fuck up the hill. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, you really want to carry water up here, dude? And he's like, no, we just got to get over this. And then fucking there's a river on the other side. And that's where we ended up doing it. But yeah, the first time the cows came through and were worse than the DEA, dude, because there was cow shit everywhere. I stepped in cow shit and I was like, oh,
Dude, did you look for
I know it
shrooms?
ate your fucking shit, dude.
Did you look for the shrooms in the shit?
That's awful.
No, actually, we never did that. It just wasn't a thought in my mind. You know, I was a brand new dad. Fucking last thing I needed to do was eat some mushrooms and then have that fear of, oh fuck, I got a 1-year-old and adulting and everything else. So I stayed away from that whole entire mindset for a little while, just until I got accustomed to it. I didn't want to have a mini
You
freak.
don't have to put your face in the bag every time you eat mushrooms.
Well, that was only that time.
A little bit.
Dude, it was only a gallon bag. Jeez, it's not like it was a Shaw's bag or a shopping bag. Christ. But yeah, fuck you guys again for leaving me.
Oh, we love you.
Allegedly.
Listen, all right, my wife says the same thing, and I have that.
Allegedly.
I have that feeling like, yeah, she means it, but does it really fucking matter? Because she's gonna do it again to me again anyway.
I wish Rick would have stayed. I wonder what you call Rick.
Did Rick even show up tonight? You talking about Uncle Rick?
The one and only.
Did he show up tonight? Did I miss it in between turning my lights off?
I don't know, I came on a bit late.
I don't think so.
He's probably busy.
Oh, all right. So he wasn't on. Okay. I will say, how the fuck did I miss him? He might be tired. He did do a long week.
Squishy just sent me pics of the garden. His garden's looking really nice.
His garden is looking insane. Kind of like Johnny. He's got a lot going on in there.
Man, he really started tightening stuff up around there, man.
It becomes an obsession, and then as long as you can keep it out of your mind that it's work, you can keep it going. You know, the moment you, like anything, even with tattooing, if like there was moments that I started transitioning to the thought of like it becoming work more than what I enjoyed doing, and it became more of a fucking hassle. So as long as you can kind of, that's probably why I'm small too. Like, and I keep myself kind of at a level. I don't want that mentality of it being work, because when it does that, it can sometimes ruin it. You know, like I don't know. That's just my personal experience. Like, whenever you take the joy out of like something you enjoy doing and you constantly do it, and then you know it gets repetitive sometimes, and then friggin' if you go real large, it really becomes work. And then when it really becomes work and it's fucking up 12, 13, 14 hours of your fucking day, you know, it kind of sucks, man, you know. But I mean, the payoff's great, but it's a lot of energy. It's a lot of fucking dedication.
Well, it sucks the passion out. It takes the passion.
Yeah, it does. It does. When you're sitting there drained and you're like, I still got 2 hours and I gotta fucking do this because I started this. You know what I'm saying? There's no shortcuts. I mean, not really. Not especially when you're in flower. There's no shortcuts, because if you do a shortcut, you're suffering. You're losing yield. You're losing something. You know what I'm saying? You can't pull a shortcut during flower. During veg, yeah, you can slack. I've done it. Fucking, and you can pull them right back before you put them in the flower. But in flower, you cannot slack, because basically The clock's ticking, dude.
I gotta jump out of here, guys. I'm so fucking hungry. I'm gonna go make me some food.
Nice.
That's the
Thanks for
bad
joining
thing
us,
about.
Spartan.
This is the bad thing about edibles, man. Is like when I eat edibles, I get real dry mouth and I get so hungry. Like the munchies are terrible.
Dude, I end up eating more edibles and it fucking screws me in the long run. Because I'll be like, oh, they're right there. Oh, they're right there. You know what I'm saying?
Especially if it's like a sweet or a candy.
Right?
Oh,
Yeah, if it's cookies, forget it, dude. On the way to the bathroom, in between, I'm grabbing 4 or 5, eating them, falling back to sleep, waking up. I'm horrible.
sure. All right, guys. We'll see you later.
All right,
Later,
Spartan.
fuck.
Thanks for joining us,
Good
brother.
night.
It was great
Have a good
chatting.
one.
Good seeing you.
Later.
Fuck, that was cool.
Yeah. Spartan out of nowhere.
Yeah, wasn't expecting that. Thanks a lot, Spartan. Once again, that was excellent.
I love talking to Hurton during the day. I'm so glad we did that because he doesn't really come on. So it's like we actually get to talk to Hurton. And
I know, and he's around all the time now that we got that set up, right?
I fucking love it, dude. I was just fucking with my plants and we were bullshitting, you know? It's like you're not so stuck to this, you know, this moment right here. You know, you can move around and shit. It's pretty cool. Good idea, Fluffy.
Yeah, shout out to Shifu Fluffykins for setting that up for us.
But in all fairness, I will apologize. The last 2 days I've been playing on that new app where we've been on, and I did kind of forget about cannabis for 2 days. But I'll be back. I didn't forget about you guys. We love you. We just been playing with a new toy, breaking it in.
Yeah.
Oh, the fucking shit show that is.
Oh, it's fucking great because, you know, I think, but you know, sometimes we need to be there. We need to be there to attack each other on cannabis to help smaller people stream, you know, because like once they start getting all those comments, they end up in trending real quick, and then they start getting noticed. You know, that was basically what we were doing. If you don't like it, you could easily tell us to shit fuck off, but if there's 3 or 4 of us in there, we'll get you trending real fucking quick, man.
Yeah.
And it'll just be a
And it's always entertaining shit when we show up and start gift bombing your fucking stuff. Like,
it's not nonsense. There's actually like there's an art to it, and that's I was explaining that to my son and shit. I'm like, this is the art of gift bombing, okay? It's not random nonsense. All right, you see how this person started? Well, I have to stay conducive to this, and then we can start branching off of this the way and this way and this way and this way.
well, you could take like a C or D level post and jack that up to trending.
Yeah, dude. There's what's funny is like there's been posts that I've had like, you know, 15 likes, but fucking like over 100 comments because they've just been gift bombed by 5. I'm getting attacked by 5 different fucking people at once, and I'm just, you know, obviously defending myself and shit. So yeah, it's crazy. So if you put 2, 3, 4 of us on there, we'll get you trending. The question is, do you want that kind of attention? You know, when people like, you know, one person's like, I don't know how to communicate. So, you know, me, Grow 420, I think Johnny, just hurt and jumped in there, and we were just fucking boom, 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 and then we never heard anything from him again. So it's like maybe you really didn't want to conversate, you know? I tell all people all the time, if you're bored, jump into my thread, fucking attack me, fucking just jump into my thread. I swear to God, you could easily join in, and there's something fucking funny going on in there.
Yeah.
Always. Oh my God, I
Always.
thought I was going to die today.
What did I post today?
I don't know. Was it the boner today? Yeah,
No.
because I almost like spit out my coffee. Was that yesterday?
I think
I
today
don't
was
know.
the
I'm fucking
the politics
confused. You
one.
guys are on. You guys
Today
are
was the
on all
politics
the time,
one.
so-
So fucking, I think
Yeah.
yesterday was oh shit, I can't remember what yesterday was. I'd have to look, but I have a few good ones every now and then.
Yeah, when I seen that one, I was just like, oh my God, I'm going to die right now.
I get a few good ones. My son tries to send me some. There's some I'm just like, no, I shouldn't post that. That's just wrong. You know what's messed up is or not messed up, but kind of funny. The one that I did with Jesus with the gun at the door, and it said "Home Faith Invasion." I got a few likes, but not a single comment. I think people were afraid. You know what I'm saying? I truly do, and I was just like, dude, this is fucking hilarious. I was like, the guy keeps turning all my water into wine, which is horrible for a sober house, and he wants to hang out on my fucking wall. And, you know, I mean, if you don't have a sense of humor about that, I don't know what the fuck's wrong with you. Because that shit was tears. I was laughing writing it, but, you know, hate me for it if you want, but I just found it hilarious. And if we're all made in God's image, and if he ain't got a sense of humor, then I don't know where the fuck it came from.
1,000 milligram plunge too. Greater.
Oh, nice. Let's see how you go through later on.
Boof it all. All right, Caribou, you're up since I can tell you're probably zooming. So now, since it's the Caribou Heart TV show, you're in. Now you don't get to dance.
Well, I don't know how they got. Well, I might be too high to talk at this point, so I don't know what the fuck to say. So
we like that.
I hear words. Come on.
Yeah, but how coherent is it actually going to be though? I don't.
I hear you perfectly, so I don't care what the fuck they hear.
Well, it's been like, okay, so it's been 2 hours since I ate that first 2/3 of that 1,000 milligram, and then I ate.
And how you feeling?
The rest of it about half hour ago, and I feel pretty good. But like, yeah, man, I can
function. You can still function, right?
I can function. Yeah, I can function pretty good.
It takes
Clearly,
a lot.
he'd rather be dancing than sitting.
I'd be dead. DED, dead.
Well, I just like my thing is I have a hard time sitting still. There's a lot going on, and don't get me wrong, I'm sure you give me an hour or two and I'll like want to go for a sleep or something, but you know, as for now, I'm just like, yeah, if I was able to have like some music going on in the background, like I'd say maybe like some Pantera, that would be pretty good.
Right said Fred.
No, I could do
the
that.
way you were dancing. Yeah.
I did that video
too sexy for my body.
On Christmas time. That was sexy as fuck.
Whatever, you guys need to get up on your game on your pass videos because I'm fucking destroying you all.
Lunch pass one.
I still haven't even done one yet.
I'm destroying you all. You put no effort into it. Like, that's why I build up. I'm like, I can't do them every fucking day. I gotta wait for the perfect song, and like, I put a lot of thought into it, which is absolutely kind of stupid if you think about it. But I think the whole community concept, some people or someone, I don't remember, somebody was bitching about it. And it's like, you don't have to actually participate. And I do my best to participate, but sometimes I'll wake up in the morning and there'll be 3-4 people that have done that shit. And I'm like, not today. It can't happen. Like, I'm supposed to clean my bong, dude. And I'm like fucking like a week off from like a year. And I feel horrible. It's just, we started doing our thing on the side. I've been dealing, you know, White Widow had the operation. Me stopping the film and balance my life and it's been a little more important, you know. And I'm gonna get B-Rock. I swear to God, I'm gonna get the bongs right here. Still looks like it's fucking, you know, I haven't cleaned it. So as soon as I'm ready, hopefully in the next couple of days, I'll show that dirty bong video off, and then I can finally clean that thing because it may be giving me meningitis.
Right.
And then we were gonna have a thing about, you know, who would pay the most to the Patreon for me to take a shot of that bong water, but I had
you gotta drink the whole flask.
I cleaned it out 2 weeks ago because like when I took the bong to my face, it was just like, yep, it's gotta go for me to be able to even continue using it. But after 2 weeks, after 2 weeks, I built up some color, you know. It's not chocolate milk like it was, but it's getting there. But yeah, fucking maybe we'll have a Patreon thing. I'll fucking down the glass of it if, you know, we get somebody to donate. maybe. I don't think the girls will let me do that, so we're gonna have to do that when they're asleep. They try to stop me from doing stupid things. It's not fair.
You were worried about meningitis a second ago, and now you're drinking the bong
We'll
water
do
that
that.
might have given you meningitis. I'm not too sure that's smart.
No, I cleaned it out, so it's only 2 weeks old
I
rather
don't
than
think
a
it
month
matters.
old.
It's still got all the other shit.
You
in
can't
it.
convince me. Out of sight, out of
To
mind.
not do it?
I don't believe in it. I don't believe it's there anymore. I don't think I could drink that water, man. I'm not a teenager anymore. That shit might kill me.
Yeah, I did.
Hi,
Make
little
him grow
bit.
another testicle.
Well, fuck it. Take them both. I don't need them. The most.
No, I said it might make you grow another one.
Oh, bro. All right. Shit. Then. Anybody got any dirty bong water they want to send me?
Fuck, man.
Oh my God, one of my
I heard-
kids. You
I
would
heard
die.
what he said the first time, DP. I'm down near pissed myself. That was great, buddy.
I thought he said I was gonna lose one. Shit, he's saying I might grow one? I'm down.
Start splashing it on there.
Yeah.
Next thing you know,
I'm gonna use alcohol swabs and just be like dabbing it.
Yeah.
One day you'll grow. Do I gotta give it sunlight? That's my only question.
Be just like growing a plante out there in the sun, legs spread. You know those like reflector things you see people with like around their necks holding them.
Yeah.
You'll be like that around your fucking balls.
See, if my neighbors could see me, I'd do that, but I'm gonna make it more uncomfortable for like my son and my dad when they walk into my flower room and they see me spread eagle with one of those. What are you doing? Trying to grow a ball? What the fuck do you think I'm doing?
Do you manscape anything like your goatee?
Well, it's not in a funky design, but it's about the same length. Dude,
Yeah,
yo,
no, I-
women will bitch about the fact that they're picking fucking pubic hair out of their teeth just like you would. So, I mean, at least have some goddamn consideration.
Yeah, but still, I can see. I shaved my balls one time.
I don't go razor, I buzz. All right, because I razored once and the grow back was fucking mortifying. Okay.
Yeah, see, that was kind of me too. Is because when I was working a job at the sawmill, working the bins, and you're walking back and forth all day long for your 10-hour shift, and man, the chafe down there, I'd never again.
Started using that baby
And
powder.
besides, it looked like a little tiny fucking worm. Like, it did me no justice, man. Like, I'm not packing exactly heat down there. Like, it's average at best. And then you take around the bush for it to hide in, and it gets scared or something like that and starts shrinking up even more. And it's like a fucking pinky finger fucking dangling there. That's fucking embarrassing. Like,
I'm sorry, man. Mine's complete opposite. Once you mow it down, it becomes entirely more intimidating. Like, yeah, like that cushion, that cushion of like it being hidden isn't there no more. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know. I get embarrassed.
I had the Raider on that last one.
Hey, baby, you want to make me another drink? I would totally lick your ass. Nice. If you want something from a woman, you gotta know where to lick. Besides the G spot, obviously, which exists, guys. All right, it's in the alphabet. Duh.
Exactly.
All right, somebody else ramp up. Talk about growing. Remember, this is a growing show.
Okay, so.
And I don't mean shaving your pubic hair to gain an inch or two.
Okay, well, but that failed though. We already discovered that. Anyways, it had an adverse effect. I don't know. Like, actually, you know what? It's funny. At one point in time, when Spartan was getting on, before I started getting high, I actually wanted to talk to him a bit about doing some no-till growing, about what he would want to do to start a bed from scratch, because it looks like there's a chance we might have found a place for me to move into, and if there's a chance I can start a tent in there, then I want to. And it I would just fuck that. When he showed up, it would seem like a perfect time to hit him up for that kind of advice.
But then I got high.
don't do nothing. But yeah. So, but anyways, it was still fucking cool hanging out with Spartan for the night.
Oh hell yeah! You know,
Where's
if you
Bees
want to do
tonight?
that,
Anybody heard from him?
Who?
Bees? Brazier.
Way earlier over on the other thing we're on. Fucking. But other than that, no, not really. Jesus, I hope that that bear bug Jabberoo didn't friggin' hurt him up too bad. 2 days later.
Oh.
Because he was hurt up that day afterward. And then he seemed all right the next day, but you know how those things go.
Yeah.
Sometimes they whack you even harder 2 days or several days later. What am I looking at? Is it your bush?
Here, we'll throw that up on.
So everybody can see it.
Talk while you're showing us that Crazipotmom. You're on mute right now.
Yeah, you're on mute. It looks like a bush. It definitely looks
Sorry,
like a bush.
I was dying. You guys were killing me.
Imagine if all women had a bush like that, though. Honestly.
Well, back in the 60s and 70s,
Would we ever be
from what my
popular?
dad says, it does. It did.
Okay, so you wanted to know about it. This is the one in water. I showed it on Cannabuzz. Remember, I had music going and showed the roots, and
Yeah.
it was like awesome. But it was super tiny, and now it's super huge. That's in a 5-gallon bucket, and it's just got like the water bubbler in the bottom, and I do the hydroponics feed.
What's that in the middle? Because
That's okay.
it's a pot plant, right?
Oh,
But there's
it's my,
something in the middle that's fucking me up.
It's a gnome.
Yes.
Oh, it's a
RC
gnome.
cases.
All right, because at first I'm like, is that a goddamn flower? But it looks like a pot plant. I was like, that's interesting. Nice. Is the gnome helping?
I put it there so my sister knows what size the plant is because she knows what size the gnome is.
Clever.
So I'm like, look, you can't see the gnome behind the plant now because, you know, it had just a little hat. And then all of a sudden there's not a little hat. I'm like, find the gnome, you know, so it's there because I'm fucking playing with it. So was there anything else that I didn't answer?
I just zoned out for a whole minute. What happened?
No, you actually answered everything.
Okay. Yeah, it's under Spider Farmer 1000.
Nice. Actually, okay, we didn't ask about the lighting. What do you got for soil in there?
I know. Look at that.
Is it cocoa? Is it soil? Or is it's definitely not a hydro?
So it's water.
Yeah.
It is
It's hydro?
also, it's water.
Is it really? Oh, that pot didn't even, it looked like a regular pot. My bad.
I remember that a while ago.
It's 5-gallon bucket.
I remember you saying you were doing hydro, but you were like real iffy about how you felt about it, so I didn't know
I
if you
was
went.
having some issues. Yeah.
Yeah, well, welcome to the hydro world. You either nail it or you don't.
Right. I was smothering them. Apparently, I wasn't giving any air in between the water and the roots.
Yep, that's
So
the big problem.
once I did that, they were just like, "Wow, life is gorgeous now."
I know,
So I
it's
haven't
like
had any other problems. So.
it's like giving you air, right? Holy shit.
Right? Yeah. Well, exactly. But I don't know that because it was my first time doing it. And,
I pitched the hose and almost killed one of my hydro plants without realizing when I did a transition of the reservoir
I
change.
almost did
I
that the other
fucking
day.
pitched it right on it, and then the next day I was like, "You're kind of droopy. Maybe you suffer from some shock," and then like a couple hours later you're more droopy, and I'm like, "What the fuck is going on with you?" And then like I'm looking at the system, I'm checking shit out. I checked the pH. I didn't move the bucket at the time, and then I ended up moving the bucket, and all of a sudden like. It should have been my first clue that bubbles weren't coming out the bottom, but the roots were covering the fucking air stone enough that I couldn't see the damn thing
Sometimes
anyway.
it's hard to tell.
Yeah, so freaking once I picked that up, all of a sudden I felt the vibration going on in the bucket, and I was like, I saw the bubbles. I was like, oh, and you can see the kink
Hey
in the
guys.
hose from when I had the bucket on there.
Hey, let's welcome Stoney Rockefeller to the show.
Stoney, what's up?
What's
Cheers,
up, guys?
dude.
How are you?
Welcome.
Fam.
Hello.
This is awesome, man. Thanks for jumping on. Great to see you. Finally get to put a face to the name.
Yeah, an ugly face, huh?
Hey man, I got your seeds and your panties.
Oh, panties too?
Yeah, I told you won. That was the thing. It was a set of seeds and fucking a pair of my dirty panties.
Awesome. Now, wait, your panties or somebody else's?
Well,
Your
I've worn them once or twice, but you know, they're not my everyday. Only on special occasions, because when I wear jeans, they fucking ride up.
That's cool. I need a face mask anyway, so I'll just use that.
It pretty much almost looks like that. What do you got, Caribou? Mango?
Yeah, so these are those mango cross seeds I have there.
Oh, yeah.
You want some of those. So as soon as I send out the next set of or when I put the next pack of envelopes together, you'll be definitely getting some of these and a few other things.
Awesome. Thank you. I appreciate it, man. Those things smell
That makes my heart
unbelievable.
race.
Yeah, those are doing really nice. They're doing
Yeah.
good.
I know your place smells good.
Yes. Yours, man. Yours are looking really good. That purple shot.
This one here? Yeah.
That's frosting up pretty gnarly.
Yeah,
Huh?
she's definitely the frostiest. Not the biggest, but the frostiest for sure.
What's that one you got spread out like fucking yeah.
Oh, orange bug.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to wrestle with her last year. See if I can get it in there.
Yeah,
Part of it.
Oh.
Yeah, I just spread her out this year. Last year the thing grew into the light, burnt up, bleached the tops.
That's some grower's choice right there.
What's that? The light?
Yeah.
Yeah. The LEDs are grower's choice ROI 680s.
Fuck yeah, dude. Those are dope lights.
What size
I
is your
love
tent?
This one here is 4x8.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun, man. I'll tell you.
Yeah.
I'm just glad it's getting
Coming
legal
out.
little by little.
All
What's
right.
that?
I said I appreciate you coming out the other day. That was cool.
No, thanks for having me, man. It was fun meeting you. I wish I had more time. That's my biggest problem. I have no time. And, it is being a grower, man. None of us like to be away from our stuff for too long.
No, not at all. That's how I feel about not being able to grow at the moment. It's just like something
man.
in life.
Yeah, I know how that goes. Believe me. I didn't expect to actually be here. I shouldn't be here at this point, but we lost my dad back in November, so now I'm staying with my mom. So I'm like in a temporary limbo state here, and we're all trying to figure out what to do. I'm out of job right now, so I'm just trying to get back to work. It's all up to, this whole COVID thing, I guess. So other than that, it doesn't really matter. I'm having a good time.
Having a
So you
good
gotta
time
live it.
between the time.
Yeah, I'd love to get a nice 4x8 or a 5x9 tent like that. I've been when I went and bought a couple of tents about a couple months ago, however long ago, that was start growing again when I get into my new place. And I really wanted to get a big bloom tent, but at the same time, I was unsure of how big of space I'm going to go into. So it could be a lot easier to maneuver 2, 3, 4, 4x4 tents around than to have one big one and trying to get it into weird, awkward spaces that don't fit type thing. So
Yeah. Oh, I agree. Actually, that's what I was doing. I have a couple of 4x4s and stuff, and I didn't want to get one big giant tent like you said because I was moving stuff around constantly. But now that I'm kind of going to be here for a little while, I'm like, screw it. It's nice to have something big. I just throw everything right in there. It's a lot easier to get in and out of it. But, everything's circumstantial, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
Stoney, I wanted to actually correct myself. You got actually the mixed pack. Rod's got my panties. My
Is
bad.
getting.
Is getting.
All right. Well, if anybody else wants to send me a face mask, I'd be appreciative.
Why do you need a face? I got you. Never mind. I actually might have more than one panties. Believe it or not, I should probably look.
More than one pair of panties, you think?
So what's going on tonight, guys? I was with the kids all night pretty much, so I wasn't able to watch. Did you guys wrangle Spartan onto your show?
Yeah, Spartan came on and we had a wonderful shit show of randomness. Crazipotmom came on. Actually
We had
spoke about growing.
Another shit show?
Yeah, your typical.
Not a literal shit show. It's just kind of like and we were running around.
Friday shit show.
A Friday regular show, but you know, Crazipotmom actually dropped a lot of good knowledge, and Spartan had some knowledge, but you know, realistically, we just been kind of bouncing off the walls. You know, Caribou's medicated and kind of quiet. 71's been on mute DP's been on mute for a while. I'm gonna go on mute and see how long it takes for someone to say something. That should be a fun game.
Okay, I'll say something right now. I got to go watch a movie with girlfriend and the kids.
WTF? Like,
what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hand the girls over to Prophet, so that Prophet can be in charge here for a bit, and you guys can continue to do your thing because I just like how that works.
Hey.
He puts us off for you guys.
Oh my God! All day he
Well, we
tells
appreciate
you guys,
that.
Oh, Bob,
So-
want to take a car ride with me? Yeah, sure. Okay, the whole time he's
I
like,
took you guys on a car ride.
I take you guys on car rides all the time.
Yeah, she was so mad. She's like, "Can we have a minute?" I'm like, "I guess I can mute it."
I even had you all on a nature walk, playing Johnny Appleseed with me there.
Dude, that was awesome. That river was moving, dude.
That's actually just a creek.
That shit was moving.
That's just a creek.
You know the difference.
But yeah, it's that time of year around here where everything is really, yeah. So, but anyways, I'm gonna step out. Prophet, you're in charge, and I hope everyone has a great day. Stoney, it was so awesome meeting you and getting
Nice meeting you too.
And hey man, any Friday night you're welcome to come on, and if you want, we'd love to get you on for a full visit one day, like a Tuesday or a Sunday type deal. You post some wicked pictures, and we'd like to dig into your mind and talk more.
Oh, there ain't gonna be much digging to do, but okay.
That's it seems to be the thing. It's like the only thing we really seem to know about is like growing weed and smoking weed and maybe a little bit about movies or fucking cars. Yeah.
And then
Sounds good, bro.
then the shit that comes out of my mouth is just
that's next level stuff. That's why we need you. You're
I know. Apparently.
You're the anchor, man. You're the anchor.
That's horrible. I'm so unhinged.
Have a good night.
Later. So actually, Stoney, there was a request in the chat. Hold on, give me 1 second. My fucking phone turned off.
Oh, DP, you were about to say something, but then Stoney came in. Do you remember what you were gonna say?
Raider wanted to know if you could give us a close up of your tent, if that'd be cool. I don't know if I missed that. Did you already do that? I mean,
no, I didn't do that yet. I don't think.
All right, cool.
Let me see here.
Because it definitely looks like you got yourself trimmed up really nice and a trellis in there. How many weeks you at? Can I take a guess? Can I take a guess? Are you at we get a little closer? I want to say week 4, 5.
No. We're actually at week 6.
Oh, all right. I was a little off. I was trying to give you the benefit of the doubt.
I've got this plant here.
Yeah. What is it?
This guy here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Girl. That's orange bud.
Yep.
This here's Miss Jill's genetics. It's a purple Shaw.
Dude, that thing's a beast.
Yeah, she's beautiful. She's frosty too. I don't know if you can see it.
She's early on. What she had a couple weeks.
This one is also 6 weeks, and this
Wow,
one
really?
here's at 6 weeks. Yeah.
How
So
long
I
do they
had an
go?
issue.
Are these like 12, like 10, 12-week plants?
They're 8-week flowering standard.
No kidding, huh?
Yeah. So what I did was I had these things in an auto pot system,
Yep.
and when I did flip the flower, veg was fine, but when I went to flower, I started having major problems. Everything started going bad fast.
And it slowed you down.
Yes. So I yanked them all out, and just started doing the top feed again. And I got on the horn with those guys, and they gave me some new direction on how to do it. So in my next run, I'll be trying them again, I guess. So
All right.
just trying to get away from watering.
My next obvious question is why did you go half the room scrog and the other half not?
Well, this particular plant right here, if I was to just let it grow out like I did with these, this thing would be at the top of my tent.
Okay, fair enough.
So yeah, I mashed her out. Last year, I grew her for the first time.
Yeah.
And I didn't know what I was doing, and it kicked my ass. I burnt up the plant.
We've all been there.
You know.
We've
So I
all
vowed
been there.
that when I had a bigger space, that I was going to come back at this plant and I was going to do it again, except this time I was going to kick its ass, which I'm kind of doing.
Not bad. Nice spread for one plant.
Yeah, it's taking up a whole 4x4 space though, so eating up real estate. But this was more of a I'm going to do it thing, you know.
Yeah. Now, when you lock it down like that, do you have an issue getting to the back half? I mean, obviously you defoliate a lot. I imagine that's to avoid mold and maybe like spider might build up. That's why I do it, but I don't scrog. But are you having any issues getting to the back end? Because when I did lock my room down, it was big. It was a 5x8 room, which, yeah, granted, is a lot bigger, but I was able to crawl underneath, but I could never get to that back half, like in the corners, and it fucking drove me nuts.
Yeah, I mean, I could work it and stuff. The good thing about this plant actually is I really don't have to defoliate so much. Pretty much what you see is what's on the plant.
Really?
It's really not a real leaf. Yeah, it's really not a leafy plant.
Wow.
Pretty much the way you see it. I mean, I did do some defoliation to it, but really nothing like I have to do to these plants here. If I let them go, I mean, these I've defoliated them. See,
Well, yeah, that's why I said that's a hell of a bush you got going on.
Very pretty.
No, they definitely look good. Are they all the same strain?
No, this here's a gold leaf, Robert Bergman. I love growing marijuana site. It's like, I don't know how legit his stuff is.
Great name.
Pretty decent plant. Yeah, it's supposed to be his strain that he made. So I got that. And then this one here is Purple Shaw, which is
nice.
OG Kush. It's OG Kush crossed with the Purple Afghan. Miss Jill genetics.
That sounds like a winner. OG
This
cross.
one back here, she's newer. She's only in week 2, and this is a candy store, Ethos Genetics.
Wow, look at the color difference.
Oh yeah, I know. She's starting to get. She's in the flower here. She's going in this week 2 actually, so she's kind of like.
Well, you got
that
those
little
dark
bit
strains, you got those light strains, but you can tell that's going to be a lighter strain than the other ones. But that's fucking cool anyway,
Yeah, so that's what we got there, and then I got another guy. Let's see if I could. And then this here is a mass super skunk.
Ooh,
I'm excited about that one.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, this one I can't wait.
Now, does it really smell like skunk, like that old school fucking like?
No,
No,
man. So far, I don't smell it on there. So far,
I've been looking for that, man. That old school like literally smells like a skunk sprayed. I remember like my friends and my dad getting it, where it literally smelled like a skunk sprayed, and it's to the point where like if I smell a skunk spray in my neighborhood, long as I'm not right next to the motherfucker, but you catch that after smell, it makes my fucking mouth salivate, and it's so weird, dude.
I get
Like,
excited.
I thought I was the only one.
no, dude, I'll be like, oh, do you smell that? That's so good, and I'll be like, oh my god, I
Everybody
miss
else is
that
like,
weed.
ew, that's disgusting. And I'm like, oh, no,
I'm like,
it's
you,
not. And they're like,
you
it's
don't,
fuck
you
off.
have no idea what you're smelling right now. That shit's so good.
Right?
Yes,
Right?
no, I trust me. I remember the day because I remember it was like, man, the first time I ever had it was 1982. And we had a guy that we were getting stuff from. And I remember him pulling up and opening the trunk. And we thought he actually had a dead skunk in the car. I mean, that's how bad that shit smells.
Yeah.
I mean, some of these younger guys don't know it. They, they get the skunk that's out now, and it's not like it used to be.
Dude, my boy showed up on a street. All right, we would hang out on this particular street, and he had an ounce of it in his backpack, and like he had to be 10 people away from me walking up to me, and maybe I was a little bit downwind, but not drastic. And I was like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
And then he's like, "Oh, what up, yo?" We were talking. I'm like, and I'm like making my way around him, like sniffing it out like a dog, and I'm like, "Dude, that's you?" And he's like, "Yeah, I got an ounce of skunk." I was like, "You need to get the fuck off this street, dude." Like,
You're about to get robbed.
wow, not even robbed. It's just like we had cops walking down the street all the time looking for us. And fucking, because, we were like selling to the colleges and shit. But I was like, dude, you gotta go. You gotta go. You smell fucking horribly delicious.
It was that bad too, man. It was super bad. You could double, triple bag that stuff, put it in a
Yeah, it was double bagged. It was
put
fucking.
it in the trunk of your car, and God forbid you got pulled over, man.
You're not gonna hide that shit, no matter how hard you try.
No,
I don't care how much coffee you stuff in it. I don't care. Dry sheets, the fucking whole nine. There's no way you're stopping that smell coming through.
I know. What's that?
I wonder what they're talking about.
What happened? Did he mute himself?
Yeah. They're having
So
finger wars.
What happened?
Oh shit, I'm
He's
muted.
not allowed to talk.
Yeah,
I'm fucking muted. All right, so I was trying to cut her off from interrupting you, and I didn't move fucking fast enough. That's basically what happened.
I was telling your wife to meet Crazipotmom.
But they can meet later. Quit interrupting people. You.
I thought I was muted. You mute me all the time.
Why would you yell?
Sorry.
All right, watch this. The power. The only time I can ever quiet a woman ever.
I got two little ones upstairs. I can't quiet them. I hear them right now, actually.
Little kids don't count.
Yeah, I know.
They're impossible. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter, boy, girl, whatever. Like, once they're like when they're in those ages, it's just
My wife's not.
constant mayhem, fucking noise, toys all over the place. No matter how many times you clean the house, it's just looks like a bomb hit it, and it's made up of fucking little Tykes toys and fucking beanbag babies and everything else. So it's
Dude, you just described exactly what I'm living in, man.
I was
100%.
I was a father. I got a 19 and a 13-year-old. So yeah,
There you go.
I know exactly what it's all about. Stepping on goddamn toys and Legos in the middle of the night, fucking half asleep, and you're like, God damn it, which one of you did it so I can strangle you when I wake up? You almost want to go in the bedroom and just hit him in the head with the Lego real quick. Just be like, leave that on the floor again.
My daughter left out a little toy truck, and I don't have them full time. And so she left it out last time she was here. And just tonight, she was walking through and stepped right on the thing and almost broke her ass. And I just looked at her like, now you know what I go through on a daily basis when you guys are around. And she actually got mad at me.
Did she ask you why you left your toys out?
No, she didn't ask me, but she looked at me like, what the hell, like, you didn't pick this up and put
Why
it
didn't
away
you pick up
for
my
me?
toys?
Right.
They do that, right?
All the
You got a
time.
whole
Oh
week.
my
What the
God.
hell?
Here's what's messed up is I was raised so like if my room was dirty, my dad would come in with a garbage bag and just kind of like he was a military guy. He would fucking
Clean
take
it
his
out.
arm across my fucking dresser and just into the garbage. Fucking if my drawers weren't, my clothes weren't folded, they were dumped out onto the fucking floor. If my bed wasn't made, it was flipped. If my garbage
Oh,
wasn't
shit.
empty, it was on top of my bed. So, him GIing
You're
my
giving me an
room.
anxiety attack. If somebody did this to me, I swear I would be like crying.
This is
for
how
a
I
month.
was brought up as a child. So when
Oh,
he
God.
GI'd my room, and I mean white glove inspection, only he didn't have a white glove, but he always carried a white handkerchief, the fucking prick. All right. My shit, everything had to be dusted. All right. So I tried to pull this move on, the youngest here, and I'm like, fuck, you don't want to clean your room? All right. Well, I'm going to purge this motherfucker. She's like, yep, thanks for cleaning it.
Go ahead. I don't care.
I'm like, you fucking bitch.
I don't need any of this.
I'm like, seriously? All right. Well, I figured that would have hurt a
Fast
little.
forward 6 months.
So where's your grow at, Prophet? Yeah.
Mine is actually in the dark right now, so I can't drag you in there. Mine runs 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. That's, it's easier for me to pay attention to if anything goes wrong. I like to look at my plants constantly through the day. And I have that ability, So I might as well take advantage of it. I'm not hooked up to any kind of timer whatsoever. I am the timer. My alarm goes off on my phone. I don't give a fuck. I'll throw myself out of bed, go downstairs, plug my light in, because I could run on a timer, but I have to lift up the separating black fucking plastic wall that I have between my veg and my flower room. And if I lift that up, I don't even have to run an exhaust vent out of my heat because it'll just continue its way out with the actual oscillating fans because I don't have the hood on the glass lens on my hood. So any heat isn't built up there and isolated there and kind of focusing down on my plants. It'll bellow out naturally, and then they get caught up in the circulation and shot out of the room. So, I mean, I've lucked out that way, and then during the summer, I got central air conditioning, so it's like 75 in my fucking flower room because that's where my huge unit is anyway. So winter gets a little tough in temperature-wise, but then, during the summer, it makes up for it. It's like having air conditioning in your flower room, it's fucking tremendous, but, So,
that's awesome.
Yeah, I'm growing 3 plants. I keep under 1,000-watt Raptor 8 hood, and basically I take up the canopy space for the Raptor hood. If you know anything about the Raptor hoods, they're fucking they're huge.
Yeah, I know.
They're huge.
That's a monster.
Yeah, it's got a hell of a footprint. So I'm growing 3 plants actually, and I keep my top. I fem. So I get a lot of tops, and I just try to keep the 3 plants almost like you're scrogging. Only difference is I'm not using a net. I'm using the branches themselves because I have so many tops to work with to take up that surface area for my even canopy. I'm always working for an even canopy. That's the objective, and then try to take up. And I'm one of those people that I hate spinning my pots. So if I used to do 4 15-gallon pots. Like, my plants get big, dude. They get as tall as I do, and I'm growing in a fucking basement. But I've learned how to keep them under the lights without growing past the lights. Believe me, that was a few occasions I've gone past the lights, and then I had to fucking start cropping the things in, crisscrossing in, you know what I'm saying, to get light. And I've learned at certain points you gotta, okay, now's the time to flip because this thing's obviously is gonna double at a certain point, and then fucking, you don't want to go past your lights. But yeah, I've basically gotten about. A lot of people like variety. I love variety, but I can live with 2 to 3 strains for 2 months and be happy with it. You know what I'm saying? So I go for personal, a little bit occasional I help out, and a lot for trim for the edibles, and obviously the bud for myself. I smoke more of the bud than I even attempt to try to sell because I don't want to fucking sell my weed and then have to pay more for weed that I didn't fucking grow. That gets
Right.
annoying. You know, like the first couple of times that's
Yeah,
happened.
that defeats the purpose, don't
That
it?
goes right, dude. Oh my God, it went right up my ass. I was just like, and the worst part is I would try to get real close and it'd be like 2 weeks off, or I just harvested and I gotta wait for the dry and the cure. And it's like, fuck, I gotta buy an ounce. I was so close, I was so damn close. And
No, he wasn't.
Yeah.
I was the last time. I really was. I really was. The last couple of times I've been pretty close.
Last couple times.
But that's basically what. But I've been offered a 2,000 watt Raptor, and that'll take up a little more. It'll give me more of a light spread, and I'll be able to add 2,000 watts in pretty much the same area. But I'm real cost effective when it comes to my grow. I've taken things away to make sure it wasn't gonna fuck my grow up.
Right.
But my main thing is what can I unplug, and then what can I pull away from the plant? What really isn't needed? That's just like the bells and whistles, So I went through some of that stage of trying to isolate the price of my grow and the amount of light I was or power I was using. You know what I'm saying? So.
Right.
I went.
So you mean like your dehumidifier and stuff?
Well, I don't need a dehumidifier
Is that what you're
except
taking
for
away?
when I'm drying.
Yeah, he took that away.
Yeah, I don't run it, or my air conditioner because I got a central air conditioning unit, which helps. But mind you, I'm running power
Okay.
to the central air conditioner, but it's also running my whole house. But on the same note, like things I pulled away, so. Everybody's answer to growing bigger buds is to add more light, which adds more heat, which you need to plug in more fans, which you need to plug in inline fans, circulating fans. And that was always a concept in my head. I'm like, okay, if I want to upgrade, it ain't just I buy the 1,000 watt ballast and I plug in the fucking ballast and that's that. No. I gotta pay for that power for that ballast. I now have to equate for the extra heat from that bulb. I now have to add more fans, maybe another inline to push that heat quick enough to get it out of my fucking room. So it's not like I got a radiator with aluminum goddamn fucking ducking that's basically pushing off 90 degrees of heat because it's pulling off all the heat out of my light, So, there was a lot of experimenting with that, and my goal was to take away as much as I could, produce a good product, and honestly, it was a sealed room. I don't use CO2, but when I got rid of the sealed room, the heat could no longer be trapped. And once the heat was no longer trapped, I was able to cut out a lot of stuff. I was using 3 inline fans, 2 booster fans, when I had the 2 1,000 watt Raptors hooked up in one light for my flower room, along with fucking 4 oscillating fans. Did I mention a 38? It was 4. A 38,000 watt BC fucking air conditioner, and not to mention fucking a booster fan where I had all those because the AC pushes off heat, exhaust heat.
Right. Yeah.
Another fucking issue. The thing that I'm using to cool down my fucking room is pushing off fucking 80 fucking degrees. So I gotta exhaust that, it just became monotonous and my partner
Can I
was
just
all
ask
about
you a question?
what?
Because that's a lot of fucking stuff. Holy shit. No wonder
Yeah.
you're wanting to fucking downgrade.
Well, when you
Is
go
there a
big,
reason why you didn't just go LED?
I'm gonna go eat dinner, y'all. Y'all have a good night.
yeah. Later.
See you
Later.
Take
later.
care. See you,
It
man.
was 6 years ago and
Is there a
LED
reason
was
why
new. LED was a
you
new
go
thing.
LED?
LED was kind of a new concept when I first started growing about 6 years ago or so. And
Wasn't 100% sure that was the way to go.
well, not even that. It was maximum light penetration was at this time because they had a lot of 2 watt diode fucking LEDs as opposed to more
No, I get
expensive
that.
ones.
Yeah, back then.
So instead of spending $1,000 or over $1,000 for a 1,000 watt fucking LED, all right. So when I partnered up with this individual, I learned the plant. I learned everything about the plant. inside and out, how to feed it, what was wrong with it, how it worked, how it operated, what it needed, what it didn't need. His job was the electrical, the lighting, and everything else. I fed the plant. He took care of the environment. So I didn't concentrate on any of that. And we were gifted 1,000-watt lights, and we were starting off. You know what I'm saying? So we started off
It's
with
always
8.
that way. Okay, that
eight-
just it's if you're gifted lights, then that just explains it, I guess, because
It was, but I also got acquired to a 600-watt Mars LED and a 300-watt Mars LED around the same time. So in my big grow, I was able to fit 1,000-watt in my big rooms, and then in my tent, because of heat, I decided to go with the LEDs. So I had an actual 2 rooms, one for veg, one for flower, at my grow spot, and then at my house I had a tent. So it seemed more logical to keep the tent with the LED and an exhaust fan because you could maintain the heat better. In the bigger room, it seemed more logical to run the HPS. Okay. On top of this, of the running of the HPS, when you're learning, you don't realize that you have to start moving a lot of this heat. You need fresh air intake, cool intake if you can. Like all this starts going on when you close your room off because say you want to run CO2 or whatever.
absolutely.
Well, me personally, this is
Yeah,
just my
I did a
personal
small
opinion.
grow when
I'm not fucking sealing off another room in my life. I will get a fucking CO2 fungus bag and I'll rock that because the amount of money I save in the lack of shit that I have to fucking plug in and add to a sealed room has benefited me financially well more. From a 650 electric bill to fucking, on my grow to $100. But mind you, I was running 3,000 watts as opposed to 1. But every time I add 1,000 light, I gotta add more shit. Along with, another fucking Phantom $250 fucking ballast to go with it. So, then you got the ballast you gotta plug in.
yeah, that's why I was asking, because it just seems like it defeats the purpose nowadays. But I get it, like years ago.
What's crazy is I started off big and then tried to cut back as opposed to starting off small and getting big. That's the funny part. Like I went backwards because I was like, this is acidine.
Way too much.
This is acid. Like I'm fighting myself.
Well, if you did a partnership, yeah.
But
you're always
even on my
thinking you're
own,
2 people when you're a partnership, but somehow you still only feel like one person.
I gave him, because I did all the work, but I gave him partnership because he's the one that brought me to cannabis. But once people found out, my friends that were growing for a while found out I had cancer, I got a lot of donations, okay? So it was real quick for us to set up a lot of lights and, we had...
you have cancer? Let me give you everything.
Well, I mean, they were like, here, take my old shit. I'm not using it, all right? So freaking, which I do to my stuff. If I'm not using my old shit anymore, I usually pass it off because it's just taking up space and I've moved on. But that's how it worked for me. And believe it or not, I didn't use half the shit and I gave that shit away. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I just kept it going.
Saying that.
I just keep it going, If somebody wants to give me something, I'll take it. If I don't use it, I'll fucking pass it along. But, so friggin', I got a lot of donations from a lot of my friends that, some grew for a while and they were like, here's lights, here's this, here's that. And, I was able, like, I ended up with fucking easily 4,000 watt, like four 1,000 watt fucking hooded lights. I ended up with fucking duct work out the ass, fucking booster fans, inline fans, like everything you would have to pay for. And then all of a sudden, like after 3 months, Raptors showed up as a donation to me. And
at that point, you kind of want to use it all, right?
Well, I've watched.
At least the Raptors.
My partner wanted to use everything. I wanted to use the Raptors because the kid I've been helping for like 8 years fucking has been running Raptors, and I seen his grow. And what was crazy and blew my mind, I knew about growing because he was one of the earliest people in my state. He's like number 13 or 17. and we're talking like 10, 15 years ago. And he had Raptors. All right. So when I hooked up my partner, who was my best friend at the time, fucking, and he had 1,000-watt hooded lights, and they were fucking this big. I was like, "Where's the rest of it?" Because I'm used to a fucking hood like this, all right. And I'm like, "With, what are we supposed to do with that?" You know, like, and it's like that's why when we got the Raptors, it was a game changer. You know what I'm saying? It was an absolute game changer. But fucking yeah, I couldn't believe it when the difference. My first thing I ever saw was a Raptor for a hooded light, and then when I saw the Hydro Farm hooded light, I think it was the Sun something series, and it's only fucking this wide and like fucking that long or whatever. I was just like something that could fit in a tent, a 2x4 perfectly. I was like, what do you want to do with this? This is a grow. This is a 1,000-watt grow light. What the fuck do you mean? It's a 1,000-watt grow light, dude? I've seen them 3 times bigger. What the fuck are you talking about? How are we gonna fit 1,000 watts in there? You know, like I'm new to this. You know, like I'm not an electrician. You know, so those always that was something that kind of blew my mind for a while. But I was like, footprint. You always got to increase your footprint because everybody's like jack your lights up higher. Well, if you're in a basement, you can, or a ceiling that's limited to 6 or 8 foot standard, you can only jack your lights up so fucking high. Okay, so you can only get the spread so far out on a fucking hood that's only this wide. So the Raptor's just been obsessive for me because the spread is so much farther. You know, am I smacking her? I was gonna elbow her. I was being nice, so I just kind
Easier
of.
on camera.
You guys, not me.
Yeah.
He asked you.
Well, if I would have hit you, I would have got hit. So I assumed I didn't hit you.
I am the one that hits back.
But I can see what you're doing. So as soon as you did that, you know.
You were teaching me that, right?
Yeah.
Always protect your face.
Yep.
Kick you in the knee.
So you're
Well,
still
Yeah,
running HPS though, right?
Yeah, and I try if I can truly remember and just get off my ass every now. It's like every other girl. I put a metal highlight in for the last 2 weeks to increase the trichome production due to the ultraviolet lights.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I
of
used to
that.
actually veg for 2 weeks with my metal highlight, but
Right.
I was fucking making those fucking plants stretch before put them in the fucking flower like a jackass. So I learned something new, this was a few years back. And I was
That's
like,
why we call
because
that Rumble Jungle.
it's a vegetative light. So I was like, let me put it on there after it's been under, fucking a lower light. Let me put it on a 1,000-watt fucking metal highlight for a little while. Let me increase the vegetation, and that'll be cool before I go on the flower. Well, that also increased them stretching for it. So when I switched over and they turned into flower, that's when I started growing past the lights, and then I realized if I would have just when I transplant before I go on the flower, I top everything that's above, and then I give it at least 2 weeks under it, like to recover. But I put it on the HPS so I can stop it from growing any higher, and I create what I consider is a stacking. So the buds are so close, the nodes are so close together, they kind of start stacking and almost becoming one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So with the HPS, that stops that stretching and starts causing that compacting. And then I go to 48 hours of darkness, and then I go bang, 12 hours fucking HPS until the last 2 weeks, if I remember to put the other way. But
You remember.
I flower within 2 weeks. I've already got buds on my fucking thing going.
See, I hear that about the darkness. So
I've
if
proven-
I wasn't
I've
always
proven it.
doing
I've showed
everything at all
pictures of
different
it.
times,
It's
I'm like, I
to
need to
trick the
find a
plant.
permanent
It's-
dark room.
It tricks the plant. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
you got to trick the
Yeah.
plant because as far as it's concerned, you control its whole lighting situation. So like to go from a day as opposed to seasonal, if you give it a shock of 2 days, me personally. Okay, I'm not gonna sit here and preach, and this is the way it is. All right.
No, prophet's not going to preach.
Sorry.
I'm sorry. Oh my god.
But all right, where's the snare drum?
Roll on snare.
All right. From what I found, going 48 hours of darkness, the second I go into 12 to 12, everybody's already waiting for fucking light, and they fucking take in as much light as they can. And then you feed them the first day. Thing is, be sure that they're kind of dry before you put them into darkness, just so that when you could go into day one, I feed them, and I start from that as day one of flour. You know what I'm saying? So
Well, yeah, because they're like, I'm thirsty, and you go, here's some
I'm
better
thirsty.
stuff.
I want some fucking light. And the second you give it to them, they're like greedy little fucking whore bags, and they'll fucking take it all, dude.
It. My sister did that this time, and it was amazing. She's like, you seen my girl last time, right? Fucking look at these bitches, man. They're already starting their shit. Like,
And I'm not saying whore bag as a bad reference.
No,
you know,
go right
my
ahead.
mom's a whore bag, and I love her. So, you know.
It's the Caribou Show. I think we get it over here.
Okay,
You know.
all right, cool.
Right?
I don't want anybody to be like, oh, he's
I hope
referring to
they
women
see
as
you
a whore bag. No, the plants suck it up, like, you know, like.
Like a $2 a day hooker.
Like if I was drunk and left in a fucking, you know, band parking lot, I might end up on the goddamn tour bus. All right, they suck it up like that. That makes people feel better.
Everybody's always talking about like treating them like horse and shit, right? So they have all their little sayings. My solo cup is the first one that I've not touched, and other than topping it once and leaving it alone.
I can tell you have two sides.
I'm like, I want to bend it and poke it and fucking pound it, and I want to like pull it down and all the shit. I can't touch it. I'm just like, okay, just don't touch that. Don't touch it. It was so hard. I don't know if I could ever do that again. I'm like, no, I like to like mess with them and I gotta be hands on. That is so annoying.
I'm gonna cheat. I'm gonna put my auto outside so I don't have to see it every morning, like as much like I do my other ones. So I'm just gonna be like putting it in the corner next to one of my other wild growing fucking herbs or whatever.
The red-headed coleus.
No, those can't do well. But melanin, is that it?
I still top my autoflowers.
I mean, I'm gonna talk to Hypothetical Gardener. They're his seeds, so I mean,
I'm assuming you know his past with autos.
I think everybody that's watched the show knows my past with
I
autos.
heard that he could kill anything. He was like, send it to me and I can kill it. That
No,
was
an
the first
auto.
time I noticed that. I was like, what the hell? Why is
No,
somebody
no.
saying, send me your stuff, I could kill it? Yeah,
No, I never killed the
I have for a
plant.
little bit.
I never killed a plant. I said a cactus I can kill. I don't know why I kill a fucking cactus. I probably give it too much attention. But in auto, my first yield was 3.5 grams. My second yield was 7 grams. So what I said was, if you can send me a fucking auto and if it produces something, then it's probably the most ultimate auto ever because I made it.
Oh, okay.
But when you hand me when I got handed a photo, that was night and fucking day, dude. Because then all of a sudden it went from, you know, a quarter to fucking a pound. You know, I was like, oh, wow.
No one will tell him like what he did wrong. He doesn't know what he did wrong. He's still not sure. And he's too embarrassed to ask.
Well, no, and even that, I had a friend of mine, okay, he came down and fucking, it was like, he set up my auto the way he does his. He stuck it in my 5-gallon fucking bucket in the fucking cube, just like he normally does his. And he had a circulatory system of 4 buckets. And I'm convinced that's why that he was able to recover from topping and everything else because it's borderline hydro. And we all know hydro recovers faster, okay? So he was getting fucking 5 ounces of plant, okay? I'm getting 7 grams. All right. And the dude set me up, not with a circulatory system, but in just a hydro bucket. He's like, just plop in a hydro bucket, you'll be fine. I'm like, okay. How much do I feed this? I call him every other couple of days or whenever it's trying, you know.
Hydro's fucking hard though.
Huh?
Hydro, he's got down pat.
Well, hydro, because you have fluctuation. So, like when a plant pulls up a nutrient out of the water, that then changes the pH because nutrients change the pH of the water. So you
Right, which
suffer
is
from
why you couldn't
fluxes.
get it, right?
Huh?
Is that not why you couldn't
No,
get it?
no, no, no. I think I don't know what's up with the oil. Maybe I overfed it. Maybe I fucking
You didn't talk sweet to it.
dude, I was told to leave it alone. I was told to fucking do this. Like I tried soil. I tried like I even went to cocoa because that's how I grow. And I'm like, fuck this. I'm doing it cocoa because that's what I know. Fuck everything else and everybody else's ideas. I don't care what they get. I'm doing it my way. Well, I got 7 grams, and I'm pretty impressed with that because that was 100% fucking, yields from my last harvest at 3.5 grams. But still, I
You
gave up
stop
on
because
I
of
gave up
that?
on photos after that. I was like, all right, apparently I can only do photos, which I'll live with that. But I mean,
Autos are a pain in the ass though, and they're all different. Like every single one that I've ever grown is just as fucking bizarre as the next. I'm just like, what are you freaking doing now? Like they're retarded.
I'll be honest with you. When I did autos, I think it was too early in the game.
Yeah.
I think they weren't as well. Actually, I can't even say that because fucking no,
Yeah, they
because
probably weren't as viable as now.
my friend was pulling 5 ounces off the same fucking one, so I can't even say that doesn't even work. But the ones now are probably way more
Maybe
resistant.
these are better than your one.
I gave him, maybe, I don't know. But you know what irked me is my brother, the one that fucking slacked that I was partners with. I gave him one of the seeds because he was like, why, what's up? I'm like, I don't know. Here, take one, fucking. It was a blueberry Girl Scout cookie, all right? It was an auto. I think it was by Dynafem. He fucking pulled out 4.5 ounces too, and I was like, what the fuck? Like I was just pissed. You know what I'm
You
saying?
got this like poor little.
Yeah, yeah. And then he comes over with 2 jars. He's like, here's your half. I'm like, what? You dick. I mean, that's cool, but what? Yeah, I couldn't get it. I could not fucking get the auto. So,
Gonna need advice from the seeds coming.
but I mean, I have the seeds. I actually started one of Hype's autos today.
You did?
Yes, I did. But I won't show it until it pops.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
I don't
I'm
want
gonna
to
be
say it
starting
until it
some.
pops.
I'm actually got some from TP on Tuesday. I
Oh,
stopped
so
out by
those
him.
are Hypes. Which ones did you get? What'd you get?
You know what? I don't even know the name of them. He said they were autos. I said that's fine. I just grabbed them and.
Well, he's got the Hashgot, the Canico.
Oh no! You know what? That's it. The Canico one.
Oh, that's
It's
the
the
THC
1-to-1.
one. No, that's a THC one.
Oh,
Unless
is
he
it?
has a Canico 1-in-1, but usually it's like the D's nuts is. I'm sorry, I call it D's nuts. I forgot what he called it, but it's something D's.
D's something.
Yeah, but I keep calling it D's nuts. But I believe that's the 1-in-1. If I looked at my package, it would say, but I'm pretty sure the Canico is the THC one. Because that's what I asked him if that was the THC one. He said, yeah. The other one's the 1-in-1s and the other one's the CBDs.
Yeah, it's gonna be my first try with those, so I don't know.
Mine too. But he has put a lot of effort and stress testing into finding strains that can handle probably me. So, if I pull it off, then so I mean I got faith, like I'm watching a lot of people do the Solo Cup challenge with his autos, and I'm impressed. I'm thoroughly impressed out of a Solo Cup with an auto. Fucking A, man. Hers alone. Like, are you doing
This isn't an auto flower.
It's not an auto though, but
That's
still,
not auto.
if you could pull a photo out of that like that, then
Holy crap.
an auto has to have the potential. So if I go to a 3-gallon pot just to make myself feel better, remind you I'm used to using, or 1 gallon, I'm used to using 15 gallons. So I mean, me thinking about a 1-gallon pot is like, do I still own one? So me thinking about flowering and growing a whole plant out in a 1-gallon pot is kind of like mind-boggling to me. But I'm down. I'm watching
do it.
I'm gonna do it.
You do a great job.
Good luck, man. I hope it works out.
Thanks.
Listen, guys, I
Actually,
gotta go. I got
yep.
some banging going on upstairs that's just been going on constant since I've been down here. I gotta go find out who's beating up who.
Sooner or
I
later,
appreciate
down the
it.
cupboard.
sooner or later, they'll stop banging, man. You know
I'm
one
gonna
of
go
them's
bang
gonna
their
win.
heads around a little bit. No, I don't
Nice.
do that.
Nice
All
to
right,
see
guys.
Stoney.
Have a
Stoney,
good
your
night. Thanks for having
package,
me on.
your
How do I
package
get
will
out of
be
here?
out in a few days. All right.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
going out
I'll get a hold of
tomorrow.
you.
Well, I'm gonna say a day after. She just got out of surgery, so I mean, we got to walk to the post office, so I don't want to push her yet. So
You're supposed to be taking it easy,
Yeah. Get some rest.
right?
All right, guys. I'll see ya.
It's hard to get out of this chat too, apparently. Maybe I'm frozen.
tell her she's gonna take it easy. She just
I
gotta.
have been trying to tell her that.
She won't
Okay.
listen.
You need to take it easy.
I'm gonna go to bed. I'm gonna go to bed. I'm not gonna see. I'm going to bed alone anyway. Don't you love when they cut their hair
Well, that's
and
relaxing
they
right
miss a
there,
spot
isn't
like
it?
this?
I mean, it's got its moments. In her bed,
It's an air
Right.
mattress and it sucks.
until we get her a new mattress, like it kind of hurts.
He's a bitch.
I am.
But don't tell the
She's
other
had
person.
surgery. She should be in bed.
Yeah, I'm going to bed. It was nice seeing you. I'll see you next week.
Nice seeing you too, hon.
Guys, play nice.
Yeah, no, we should probably cut it off. Holy shit, it's 12.
Well, yeah, we're not gonna play nice together. We're married. Jesus Christ. He's gonna go home and I'm gonna go home, and that's the end of the show.
Am I home already? Because if I'm not, I need to figure out where home is. Oh, wait, hold on. Wait. Where'd it go? I lost it. Shit. Oh, well. I have my sign to
No,
set up
right
trapped
now
in a
you're in
box.
TV land.
TV
There's a
land.
difference between at home and in TV land.
Yeah. But we'll cut it off here. This way here, we're not rambling on about nonsense, and then Caribou has to do a bunch of editing because it could be nonsense, it could be gold.
He can't edit this live show. I heard that crap.
He's done some editing. Oh wait. Has
All
he?
right.
No, he can't edit the live show.
I don't think so. Not on the live. No.
No, that's right. He records us every now and then. That's right. I
That's
forgot
why
about
he
that.
tells you to behave yourself when he leaves you in charge.
I try. I need more people to be interactive. Otherwise, I feel like I just gotta run my mouth. But Caribou brought me on as that in particular. Like, I wasn't dropping knowledge. I know shit. I know a lot of shit, but I didn't meet Caribou with dropping knowledge. I literally met him with the first thing he ever heard come out of my mouth that I typed on his post was I was talking to Johnny, and I was mentioning how I felt as though I was sleeping wrong because I kept waking up with my thumb in my ass. And that's how he brought me on. So I wasn't even 100% sure it was a cannabis show. I honestly thought we were just shooting the shit because it was, and then I found out we had 311 on that night and there was a guest, and I'm like, oh, there's a whole show here. Holy
The
fuck.
show has taken a sideways turn already.
Yeah, I was like, holy shit, there's a show going on and somehow I'm in it. Like, and then they asked me a few days later to actually join the panel. So I was like, all right, cool, fuck it. I got no life, you know what I'm saying? Fucking. But like you said, I never thought I'd pull myself in front of a fucking camera. Never thought I'd do it.
Right? Yeah.
But
I
it
know,
gets,
and now I'm like, no, I'm going to be there because it's the only life I have.
it gets easier every time because it doesn't matter. We're all just here to have fun. On Friday nights, it's a free-for-all. Sunday mornings, it's a little mellow. But Tuesdays, we try to drop actual cannabis knowledge unless something changes, and then we have to kind of roll off of whatever feed off of each other, but for the most part, we feed off each other pretty well. And, you know, as long as it doesn't become a literal shit show again, I think we only get one of those a season. You know what I'm saying?
No, it always works. It always works.
No, I mean, where we were literally talking about shit. I don't mean like growing. I mean, like people were talking about
Yeah, I know
shitting
exactly what you're
themselves.
saying.
Okay. Yeah. I think we only allowed one of them a season.
You have to have at least one a season, though. You have to have a bad show.
Yeah. That nonsensical show that just is like, did I learn anything or did I actually get stupider for fucking listening to
All
that
right,
for the
we are
last
letting
2
each
hours?
other go. That really went well.
Yeah. All right. Crazipotmom. Hopefully we'll see you again next Friday. And you know, I'll be seeing you through the chat on Cannabuzz. I got all these the girls yelling at me to go to bed. So
Absolutely.
but later. Tell your sister I said hello.
Yeah, if they're on Cannabis, can you ask them to add me because I don't know who to add? See you later.
Just post
I
a
will.
thing.
I'm sure she's still watching.
Oh, you talking about the girls? They don't actually have an account yet, but White Widow was thinking about making one. So if they do make one, I will.
Well, she
you guys
has to if she's complaining that she doesn't see me. How can she see me if she can't see me? What, she wants my phone number?
Join Friday night chats, man. She tends to pop up on the couch and you can come on. But no, I'll think about it.
Oh,
Yeah.
you don't allow her on there? Oh, you're such a big fat meanie.
I'm kidding. That's why I smiled, because I had no control. All right, Canapot.
Have a good night.
Mom, I'll see you later.
See you later.
Later, chat. I appreciate you guys hanging out. Those of you that did. Hurting, kiss my
Bye, Kat. We totally forgot about
kiss
you.
my
I'm
ass.
sorry.